All right, how's everybody doing out there? How we all feeling on a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday at 10:10? Figure we start the stream at 10:10. 10:10's a special time. When they sell clocks, they always put the time at 10:10 because it makes the watch look symmetric. All right, 10:10, very special time. Very special time. Okay, let me straighten up here. How you guys doing? How's everybody feeling today? Feeling good? Let me pop up the chat. Ricky the Investor, my dude. Desmond, man. Follow me all the way to the remote chief. Singla. The watch is smiling. There you go. Mo's on it. Mo's on it. Also, it shows the logo of the watch brand. Yeah, like nicely displayed, kind of. In a Freemason V. I'm just saying. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. I like to do the intro like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, where we talk everything crypto every day with your host, Sam Price, the Crypto Lifer. Hey, thank you so much for that cool announcement. My announce guy that I pay $20 a day to say that for. Amazing. Check it out. Beginning of the day, we saw an inverted head and shoulders here on band. Thought it could get all the way up to this level at 7. We got rejected at 698, but it was a beautiful trade. It was a beautiful trade. Saw it right when I woke up. You saw your double, triple hills. Anyway, it's that simple, my friends, sometimes. Okay, let's get into Bitcoin. And what do I see happening for the big boy? The big boy in the room, the elephant in the room, the rhinoceros in the room, the mohit in the room. Look at that. That is a star doji candle representing indecision. Okay, so we got to look for that. What I like to see is the bottom wick is bigger than the top. What it tells you is the indecision is there, but there's more people buying than selling as we go in. 2 big wicks. That should be a bedtime story for my daughter. 2 big wicks. I'll tell you about a day when daddy bought into the biggest wick of his life. Oh man, was looking all over for this chat. Derb. Haha, love you. Hope everyone knows to come to the Chief channel. Yeah, if you can, please let everyone know in my Telegram to come to the Chief channel. I did post a link there, but I know we're gonna lose some people. It's sad, but okay. Looking at Bitcoin. Now, it's bullish until it ain't, right? Now, let's take a look at what's happening for Bitcoin. Now, if you saw, look at this. I just want to show you how I don't drink the Kool-Aid. I'm always kind of determining ideas, but in my announcement channel, 2 nights ago, on January 3rd, today is January 5th, so January 3rd at 7:38 p.m., I simply showed you a head, a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder, and it looked like that we were going to come back down to 30,055. I thought we would test 30,055. You know what, there's a chance we went even lower, but that was my target just from this area here. Now, I predicted that, boom, we hit my green line here, 30,000, but we went even lower on a wick. So I'm not saying I predicted the exact bottom, but if you would watch my channel, I told you literally the night before it happened, boom, I said, and how did I do it? I'm not that smart. I'm not that amazing, guys. What I simply did was just use my patterns, man. Use my patterns for what they're supposed to be used for. And that, my friend, is a head and shoulder pattern that breaks down 68% of the time. So you see how I play? I just play that the pattern's going to do what it says it's going to do. And I play it over and over again. And the reason why is because I have a system. And if you use a system, you will make money in trading. If you don't use a system, you may win, you may lose, you may win. You won't know why you're winning and losing per se. Me, I set this up, and when it happens, I'm like, well, that was my prediction. That's what I thought would happen. That's what happened. So again, just proving to you, if you join my trading group in the link below, you're going to be updated as to the movements of Bitcoin probably before they occur. And why? It's because I spent so much time in the charts, and I really, really, really know my patterns, okay? And I study patterns like you read about, okay? I'm in a look at this. I'm in a futures trade right now in Iota. Not a huge one, put 170 bucks in. But look, we made 100% on the trade. And how did I do that? Well, I used the daily. And if you want to stay tuned for more, there's an older, wise trader in my group. And I sat with him for an hour this weekend. And he gave me a new indicator that I will share with you if you're willing to stay tuned to the end of the stream. I'll share with you a new indicator that helped me make 100% on this futures trade. So if you like making 100%, if you think that sounds pretty cool, and I have proof of it right here, I'm not blowing smoke up anyone's bahoo-ha, and I'm not scamming anybody, and this is all real. This is my real life. I'm showing my real life in real time. No jokes aside, no Photoshop, no baloney. If this is something that you would like to see, if this is interesting to you, please stay tuned to the end, and I'm going to give you, or I'm going to show you how I did it. Maybe one day you could replicate that as well. All right, so stay tuned.
I have to go in the garage for a minute.
No, we don't. Remember, we have the new pantry.
Right.
You don't have to go in the garage anymore.
I want to go in the garage for a minute.
Well, if you go, where you... I love you, baby. Have fun in the garage, honey. All right, so I actually like the trade up 100%. To me, it's kind of like, But we'll look into why and when we should close this possibly. And we were up even more at one point last night. But we'll get into this. So stay tuned for more. If this is something that really excites you, if you want to learn a new indicator that I used to pull 100% out of this futures trade, stay tuned to the end of the show. And I'm going to do that. And we're going to get into it. So J to the D trading. Dude. I get freaked out when people go, dude. Because to me, it's usually when someone's yelling at me or a friend's like, yo, dude. Like, dude, you're messing up. Like, dude. I know why you are getting flagged. I hope so. That'd be cool. Let me know, dude. Look, here we have again. Same thing about to happen in Bitcoin, back to 31.5. Yeah, but crypto face does it. Crypto face does it, and the videos I got flagged on were videos I never showed any of my trades. Isn't that weird? Yeah, Crypto Face's whole channel is him doing a live trade, $3 million live trade. He's never been flagged, you know? And I'm not the only one who does that. Numerous people. You can type in live trading right now. Warrior Trading does live trading on the stock market. Nah, man. Anyway, we don't know. We don't know, honestly. But we don't want to talk about it, man. See, even you right now, it's not good. Because I'll tell you why in the Telegram. But let's just focus on the facts at hand. All right. So Bitcoin came down, and whenever I see Bitcoin hitting the target of a head and shoulder pattern, it's usually a beautiful entry. Now, whoever was lucky enough to be up and nail this, 28. I thought we went to 27. I guess we went to 28,000. 28,100. Really, really strong support. This isn't the music I'm trying to do. Let's just do the chill lo-fi. Okay, so check it out. Now we're seeing quite the opposite, in my opinion. We're seeing a giant head and shoulder pattern on that's elongated, right? Like you could do this. And I've seen this before, so everything I'm telling you I've tested. But see how it's slanted? It's a slanted shoulder, head, right shoulder. And then what you do is you take the pattern, length of the head, and that should give us a boom up to $36,000, which is all-time highs yet again, right? So that's what I'm seeing here. Also, it's a bit of a falling wedge on the 1 hour, right? And we have room in the Stokes to move. We have room in the MACD, and we have room in the RSI. So nothing here tells us, and look, a bit of a double bottom forming. You see that? Bottom, bottom. So double bottom forming here, showing some bullish signs. I bet if we go into earlier time frames, we're going to see some bullish divergence. And if we do, in this segment here, That's going to tell us something. And look, we do. Swing low to swing low, swing high to swing high, and boom. That is your bullish divergence. Also, it looks like we're decoupling from the Dow Jones. I'd like to discuss that in a little while. I think you should, honestly, I have sold every stock I own except for a very small amount. Do whatever you want, but I'm completely out of the stock market, just so everybody knows. I'm all in on Bitcoin and crypto, 100% of my net worth. I have some gold and silver as a backup, okay? And I keep maybe enough cash to put my underwear on, and that's about it. That's about it. To me, cash is dead. It was dead years ago. Now, to me, it's to stick a fork in it. See, I'm a futurist, so I was here 2 years ago. So now when people who weren't even listening to me are now buying Bitcoin, I know it's time to trash the dollar, like completely. Like, and that's my life. You do what you want with your life. We'll see who plays out in the end. Now, you could say, oh, well, that's all up and down. That's your opinion, and there's no right or wrong. But honestly, there really is, because there was a time when the internet just came out, right? And some people figured it out, and they said to some people, like, yo, man, like, you got to start getting yourself on the internet. And that's kind of how I am. Like, you got to start buying Bitcoin. And people just look at me like, oh, that's just one of the things. That's an opinion. And back then, that was an opinion. Some people were like, oh, yeah, that's just, I don't need to make a website right now. Now, whoever did make the website, they ended up getting paid, man. Whoever bought words, look at Michael Saylor. He made all his money, Google it, voice.com, computer.com, like drive.com. He bought randomwords.com because he knew the internet was going to be big. He figured it out early, and he was like, oh, wow, I'm just going to be able to buy these things. Sometimes, like, your simple idea is really the most amazing, right? Like, yeah, he figured out the internet was going to be big, but then he was like, okay, then how do I capitalize? So I figured out Bitcoin was going to be big, so I figured out how to capitalize, right? So I knew Bitcoin was going to be big probably in 2014, 15. Around when I first heard about it, I was like, man, P2P. I tried to mine it. I forgot for a while. Came back when it was around $300. Was speculative at first about buying it. At the time, I didn't have the funds as you would have thought. Going through a lot of life struggles, but we made it through. And thanks be to God for Bitcoin, man, because Bitcoin has basically saved my entire life. It's kept almost every dollar that I've ever saved in my hand. Like, I've worked so hard for years. I worked a night shift for 5 years, guys. You see me all sitting here on the live stream. Oh, he's a YouTuber trading crypto. I worked a night shift for 5 years of my life. Not one Friday night in years did I go out and party. I went to work on Friday night, and I didn't mind it, actually. It was another night that I didn't spend money, and I bought more Bitcoin. And I'm not money hungry. I'm all about the future, right? And freedom tokens. Money is freedom tokens to me. I don't call it money, I call them freedom tokens. I want as many freedom tokens as possible. When I die on this earth, I want to know I didn't spend all of it working for somebody else. I want to know I didn't spend all of my time under somebody's thumb, that I did me, that I hung out with my daughter as many times as I could, that I took her to the park, that I did what I wanted to do with my life. So that's, to me, what it is all about. If you can do what you want with your time, you're a winner. That's success to me. Being able to do what you want with your time and making sure you're not dead broke and the people in your family's not dead broke. Like, you could do what you want with your time, right? Like, I want to go play golf every day, but eventually you're going to run out of money for the golf fee, right? Eventually it's not. So yes, there has to be a balance. And I think I've really learned to find that balance. And it's been taking me years and years. But shout out to everyone here on the live stream coming in, getting a little philosophical today. Only 4 likes. That's the least amount of likes we've ever had in literally 2 months. So please hit the like button if you're in here, if you're listening. And now we're going to get into, I'm sorry about my spiel. Now we're going to get into what's going on right now. I just hit the like button too. So in my defense, I hadn't even hit the like button to my own video. 15 people watching, 4 likes. Let's get into Bitcoin. Let's show you where it's going. Right now, I have it capped out. It's doing this with bullish divergence, meaning that's the bottom of the pattern. We also had wicks and wicks here. I'm showing you an inverted head and shoulder pattern. It is slanted, but it's there. Shoulder, head, shoulder, right? If you don't believe me, we can label it. We can label it. We can put a label on it. We can make it clean, baby. We can make it clean. Like, here's your left shoulder. Here's your head. Here's your right shoulder. To me, it's pretty obvious. It's a beautiful pattern on the 5 minute, and that I think we can easily get up, even on the 5 minute, suggesting a range of 36,250 for Bitcoin. Okay. Now let's take a look at the 1 hour to give you more of a perspective of what's happening. We have room to move on the 1 hour. It's not over right now. We still have some room to move. So, how's that music level, everybody? I turned it down a little bit. Turn it down just a slight smidgen. Anyway, so that's what I see here. Say an I if you see what I see here. Shout out to the new disciple. Oh man, was looking all over for this chart. New disciple has some charts he wants to share. If you want to jump in, new disciple, and I'd kind of, if you don't mind me sharing what you shared with me this morning, I'd just like to show his perspective. And I honestly don't agree with him, which is beautiful. I think it's good that we don't agree. I mean, you need traders around you because that will make you double check your thought and maybe say, huh. Now let's take a look at dominance. Dominance, remember, we needed it to fall. We really did. So let's track it. We've been tracking it for you every single day. And this is how you knew it was time to load up on altcoins. When dominance falls, that's a beautiful thing. So dominance had bottomed all the way down here in the storyline, down to 34. But it came all the way back with a vengeance to 73, only to fall down. Here was our alt season in July. Okay? Beautiful, beautiful alt season. You're still being like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Right here. When dominance peaked up 69 and it fell all the way back to 56. Shout out to Chris Collin, one of my great friends. I love you, Chris. Thanks for taking all my abuse. Appreciate it, man. I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. But don't mess with my channel, man. Music is okay. Thank you, D. Ramon. Yo, hugs. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Big Irish bear hugs from my man. Okay, check it out. Check it out. Check it out. This is a rising wedge with a 68% chance of a break to the downside. Now, if it broke to the downside, that was our downside target. Unfortunately, right there, which was 67.5. We've already bounced up a little bit as Bitcoin took a little bit of market share, and this looks like it's about to rip again. So altcoins had a breather. I think they got up. What I like now is the altcoins are going to hold some of these levels. All right. I'm going to show you what altcoins I'm in. I'm going to show you why I'm in them, and we're going to discuss a lot. Just stop by with earphones to support. Yo, Jose, you're the man, dude. This guy who just popped in, I sat with him on Friday, Sunday, I think Sunday morning, his time, or Saturday afternoon, sometime this weekend. And look what we did together, man. He showed me something, and if you stay tuned, I'm going to show you how I was able to use his strategy. And yeah, he sat with me and basically tutored me for about a half an hour. I'm willing to be tutored too. I tutor people, and I also am willing to take tutoring at any single time. If someone is willing to sit with me and share their knowledge, I'm canceling everything. Like my wife, like I had no football on. I was like, dude, I'm going to be with this guy doing what it is. So, and look, we're up 93%. We were up 108% already, $157 on a very small amount of money. Like we put in $150, we made $150. We 100% of the money. We did it not too fast, and we could show you, if you stay tuned towards the very, very end, I'm going to teach you how to set up your chart the way he showed me. And yeah, it's just an amazing tool and some amazing knowledge you can use. He says, you tutor me every day, bro. Well, I still can't believe what you showed me. Unbelievable. So let's check out the 4 hour now on Bitcoin, because that's also going to give us a bit of a story now. And what I like to see is the double bottom on the Stokes, and we're pointing up on the MACD. This is a beautiful sign. Also, we have a double bottom. Who here says I see the double bottom? I see it. I see it. Look, W's are great, guys. There's a W. If you can make a W, you're going for the win, okay? Going for the win. Let's try to make some different... I want to look at this now and try to make a clean pattern. It's a bit of a funny pattern. I'll give it to you guys. I'll give it to you. What I do see though is what we want to do now is go to the daily. Hello? Oh, thank you for my water and my vitamin D pill. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, isn't vitamin D supposed to be the sun?
Vitamin D is the sun, my love, and you are the sun. I love you with everything. You have a wonderful day at school now.
Okay.
Don't bother your daddy again. No, I'm just
Again.
Don't you bother your daddy again now, you sweet pea. You know, it's like, now run along now. No, I'm just joking. It's just funny, right? Nah, she can bother me any time she wants, man. She is the light of my life, man. She tears me up when I even just think about how much I love her, man. Jose, you got a daughter. I heard you saying that. So welcome to the club, man. Daddy's girl, bro. I know how it is, man. Okay, so New Disciple just dropped some charts in Telegram. All right. I'm just trying to find exactly where I think we're going to go and how, and I'll show you how I do it. First thing I do is just simple support and resistance lines on the daily or the 12-hour. Go to the 4-hour again, get a little nitty-gritty as well. There's another one right there. Looks like we have some support right here as well. Interesting, right? Okay. Then I look for a pattern. 1 hour really is the best. We can't see the pattern too well on the 4-hour. And yeah, so I kind of think I gave it to you guys already. I feel like we're in that inverse head and shoulder, which also is slanted inside of a falling wedge. And to me, we're breaking out. We could extend the channel to a wider channel, something like this, and that means we could be coming back down to test 29.5. So that's possible. Here's a possibility right now. Up, down, up, up, and we're going to come down, right? So here's one idea. We come down here. I think we still eventually come up out of that if we do that. Still bullish in that scenario. Okay. Also, the fractal you were speaking of, I dropped the outline of the movement we see prior to a major pump. I know I'm in this for her. I feel you, man. I feel you. Okay, so look. New Disciple. He dropped some charts in here. Let's see what he's saying. In my personal here. Okay. He's got some cool stuff to say. So I just like going over what other traders have to say, man. Okay, so first support region. Now, are these fractals that you're placing from where we are now? Like you're saying we're up here and you're saying we're going to come down to 17.5 and double bottom? Or did we this is what we did? Oh, this is what we did? No, because we never did. We never went to 17. So this is an idea that you're saying. Also, the fractal you were speaking of, I dropped in the outline. So he thinks we come back down and test like this level here, somewhere 1750, 1750. Now, I'm under the impression that there's no way we break 25K. I'm still under the impression I don't think we break 30K. I think there's a supply shock. And in my opinion, that supply shock is going to just, I don't know, man. It's going to have an amazing effect on the price of Bitcoin. Bigger than, and also I think that as much as traders see what's going on, last time the levels were achieved was 2017. It's interesting. You know, the difference between 2017 and now is we didn't have mass mutual buying. We didn't have Michael Saylor with 1.5 billion. Every single day, another big company is getting in. Skybridge with 25 million. You're talking, I have news I'm going to hit you guys with today. Unbelievable news. Like, on the news today, off the charts. Completely off the charts. The news I have for you guys at the end of the show. So stay tuned, man. I got 2 gems for you. I got a cool little new indicator that we found on the charts. And I also have some amazing news. Thank you so much for a cookie. Wow. Here's my Bitcoin dominance chart from the 9th. Here's the parabolic fractal I have pinned down on BNB. See, I'm like such a visual learner. I'd have to sit with you like I don't fully understand what you're saying. You know? That's a That's the issue with me, is I learn well, but it takes me a second, man. And I also don't understand exactly what you're saying. You know? Is the news about stable coins? No, it's not. So shoot me some stablecoin news. Grayscale dumped XRP. Watch XLM, possibly for them to park cash and XLM due to IMF partnership. Yo, a lot of people have been talking about IMF and partnership. You know who was all over that was Crypto Mike. He said that XLM was a Fed coin a long time ago. He put the dots together with Christine Lagarde. Crypto Mike has done some amazing deep dive. Go back to Bitcoin before it left 19K. Long XLM would be a good play in the upcoming months. Hey man, longing any crypto will be a good play in the next coming months. Probably there's a high probability of that. So this trade now at 95, I'm up 160. I like that. I can also re-enter. So I'm gonna take my money there, up 95%. That was a great trade, right? I double my money, and now we can go from there. I should have closed it even earlier, but there you go. That was a live trade, made about 95% on the trade. Long XLM would be a great play. Shout out to Jose, who showed me how to do that. Jose Pedro Valverde Patricio from the beautiful island of Portugal. Anyway, shout out to my international friends. Love you all from all around the world, wherever you may be, wherever you may reside. So I see that Bitcoin dominance now, right? It's kind of oversold on the daily. It's getting there. It may not curve that low, actually, even on the RSI, but the Stokes are going to get low for us, which is good. Why Stokes are good? What's up, Jesse B? Shout out to Jesse B, man. Have you noticed the exchanges delisting are only using USD or USDC pairs? Yeah, there's something going on with the Tether. I'll be honest. And honestly, I'm done with Tether. And I spoke about that with everybody. I said, there's going to be a time where I'm going to start trading Bitcoin pairs only. And the time is now. The time is now. The time is now. Because I just, you don't want to be in the US dollar. It's kind of gross. It's kind of more disease than COVID. Oops, I shouldn't have said that, right? Can't mention anything nowadays. Anyway, it's holding USD is like holding a sneeze or a cough, in my opinion. Anyway, we see a little bullish divergence forming. Let's look at the 30-minute. Yeah, slight bullish divergence here too. You can see it began. This tells me Bitcoin's about to start moving again. When I see dominance, give me tells me that I think Bitcoin's going to start moving again. It conveys the idea that Bitcoin's going to start moving again. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. Yeah, see the 4-hour, we're ready to rock on dominance. I mean, you can see it. It let go. It gave us a little nice run, but now it looks like it may even double bottom here. This is very interesting. Bit of a Bart Simpson sideways, as you can also see. There's your Bart head with the sides. Not perfect. I'm not going to say it's perfect. I'm just suggesting this idea. Now, look, we came very close to the 200-day moving average. Always a very, 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 very nice place for a bounce. We could break below it again. Let's see what happens. But right now, the 4 hours really not, more pain on the daily, though. So we could get a little spike up in the 4 hour, kind of slow this down, and then maybe we go sideways to go down again. 68.72 though, right now, watch your alts for the day. I feel like today the alts may slow down. Not all of them though. A few of them are going to move. Are you going to convert all your USDC for trading instead of holding? Yes. I would never hold or Pax Gold, Pax G. I'm going to be using a gold stable coin or Bitcoin. I'm never going to be going into a stable coin pegged to the USD again. It's the worst idea you could be doing. For me. You do what you want. I'm not saying anything about for me. For me, I would never hold USDT again, in my opinion. Like, pointless. Absolutely pointless. It's just going to ruin my purchasing power. It's going to make every trade harder. I'm going to get less of every coin. Well, I said earlier at the beginning of, here's the reason. When you start trading Bitcoin, Number one, your main goal should be to get more Bitcoin at the end of the day. We all know Bitcoin's going to go up. Gold going to be hot in TBC correction. I agree, man. I agree. They're going to use it as a peg and something's going to happen. No, we didn't go over this. This is a great question, Jesse B. We didn't go over this at all. We actually, you jumped in right when the conversation began. Hey, 19 people, 12 likes. Come on, guys. Don't shame me like that. Yeah, Pax Gold is 50% of all my profit take now. Yeah, exactly. See, he makes 100. He's putting 15 into Pax Gold. He gets it. My man Tiago understands what's going on. And Jesse, you do too. You do too. Charlie, my dude. What's going on, man? How's everything? Hey, did you see what's happened, Charlie, in the last few days? My goodness. Honestly, since you contacted me, Bitcoin has gone from about, what, 12, 13,000 to 34,000, a high of 34.8 at one point. Insane. Yeah, but the point was, back then I was waiting for Bitcoin to do its thing. It was a little volatile. I wasn't sure if it was going to go, 10, 9, back to 12. Then remember, it went back to 10 again after sitting at 12. So I wasn't trying to lose $3,000 easy, right? So I was going into USDT pairs. Now, even if Bitcoin goes down back to 25, the jumps are going to be bought up so fast. I feel like there's no reason to be in a stable coin. Yeah, guys, check it out. My channel covers it all. Look at this. I'll post a video for you right now. It's going to straighten you out. We go over to this other channel that I've heard about. This guy here. Heard about this guy. He's pretty cool. I watch some of his videos. And he has a video down here. One of his first videos he made a while back. What to do with crypto profits. Top gold-backed cryptos. Amazing video. And this goes over all the cryptos that are pegged to gold. This will teach you what cryptos are pegged to gold. And yeah, this got 22 views. Horrible idea that it only got. I should change this because honestly, everyone wants to know what cryptos are backed by gold. I think it's a really good thing to know, in my opinion. We're seeing a little shrinkage in the market now. So I'm bullish on Bitcoin, but I think it may come back down here and test this 29,000 region one last time. May not even test 29. I think it'll come and hit the 200-day moving average at about 30 even, something like that. You got to see what it's going to do. Let's go to a smaller time frame, see if we can see any dual. Okay, so I see this too. So this is why I love this. There's two channels Bitcoin's in right now. And you're going to find out in the next few hours which way it wants to go. This Bitcoin, and you can see it's kind of in a diamond pattern. Look at that. Anyway, does Bitcoin, okay, want to continue up here in this pattern? This would be green, and we would all be very happy. And this would be red. And it wouldn't be bad in the overall time frame, but it would go down, right? So we're kind of at a standstill here, for sure, for Bitcoin. And we're also kind of wedging up. Like, this is a wedge, right? If we were to take the base of this triangle and give us this gives us a temporary target of Bitcoin at $36,218. So we're going to know very shortly what Bitcoin wants to do just by watching in this area here. If we break to the upside of this top trend line, we're bullish. If we break this bottom trend line, we're going to come back down and test this trend line here. So there's always two scenarios possible, and I'm building them for you. Bitcoin to zero is so made $40 on band now. We got a nice cross. Interesting. I'm very heavy on band. Again, I said at the end of the show, I'm going to show you a new indicator that I've been using. And I just used it to do a futures trade that worked out very well. and I'd like to teach you guys what I was doing. And I was taught by Jose in our group. So he hooked me up. He showed me what's going on. And shout out to Jose. Really appreciate that, man. You rock, bro. You really do. Okay, so now let's look at total and total 2. This is beautiful for me right here because you know what it tells me is I can open up a trade on Bitcoin with a stop loss. And I can basically have a limit order for a short right here. Then I can also open up a trade with a long with a stop loss at the limit order short. So if I get stopped out, I open up a short and I ride the short right back down to take profits here. But I would say 29.8 just in case. But that looks pretty nice to me. I like what we're building here and I like the possibilities. Are we forming a new uptrend? Are we in this downtrend? And we're going to know very shortly if we break this line. Also, moving averages are going to give us a little bit of a hint. 21 is pushing up to cross the 200. Usually is an indication that the price is going to go to the upside. So that's also kind of some, I think we have a higher chance that we break to the upside than we break to the downside, in my opinion. Amazing V-shaped recovery here, back up into the pattern. I mean, that was beautiful. If you caught this and you ran that up on a futures trade, ciao bella, man. That was hello beautiful, right? That's what I said in Italian. That was a move. A move, a move. So there's Bitcoin for you in a nutshell. I really feel like I gave you guys, I trapped it for you. I found out where it was. I boxed it nicely and presented it to you in a nice little gift box. We can now figure out what's going to happen. If it breaks this bottom trend line at 31.8, 31.7, 31.6 area, you're going to see it probably test 29,500. If it breaks up, it's going to go to all-time high or test very close to the all-time high, even possible something like this, and get really close to an all-time high of 34,008, maybe even rip up to 36,000. Yeah, it makes total sense. This is a left shoulder, and then we do the head this month, tops and bottoms. Yeah, 3 touches. Alt scene crazy. Okay, now we're going to look at total and total 2. And what is that? Well, that is the total market cap with and without Bitcoin. And I look at them every day. They really give me the best example of how to trade this market. Again, total 2 is going to be a lot like Bitcoin. We can draw basically the similar pattern here. Honestly, though, honestly, I see more of an ascending triangle. Look at this. Right off the bat, I saw it. And I like to do this live with you guys. Haven't looked at the chart yet today, so it's not like I have this planned out. Kind of showing you what I see. I omit when the trend line, these move in nice degrees. Trend lines are like, you know, like that would be strange. If I mapped it up to here, it's not bad, but I get way more touches when I do this, and this makes more sense. They're just wicking you. So I see a pattern here. I see a pattern forming already here on total, which is the entire crypto market cap. All right. We did beautiful, man. We did go all the way to $910 billion. Not many people know that, because if you're watching it on your phone and you weren't charting it, you wouldn't have seen that. You wouldn't have known that, right? So I had a temporary target there of a smaller pattern, which is there. And then I have a bigger target to $1 trillion, baby. The last time I keep doing this, we keep hitting my targets over and over again, guys. Look, we started back here when we were back at 617, and I said, hey, if we break out of here, we can easily get to 762. We broke that. Then I had this pattern. I said we can easily get up to 821. We broke that. Then I even had this little pattern here, which was another ascending triangle. I said if we break that, we get to basically 800, 860. We broke that. And now, look, this beautiful consolidation tells you that the money coming in did not want to leave. We see the story. So when people tell me I see Bitcoin going back down, this should have been in a downtrend, okay? This should have formed this. And I would agree with you. If we had formed a falling wedge like this, then Bitcoin would have come and tested its lows, and we would have went all the way back to 699. But the entire market cap, all the money in the space is not leaving. The graph is going to be the most expressive in the end of the bull run. I bet 3 trillion. I think way more than 3 trillion, man. We're going to get to 3 trillion, I think, by like, I'd say September of this year. And I think with a blow off top into December, this is an 11 years child, my friend. I know, isn't that funny? Bitcoin's only 11-year-old. Like, it's only an 11-year-old little baby. Like, people forget this asset is a baby asset. It's about to go against gargantuans like Apple that's been around its whole life. Like, it's, when people even try to talk about Bitcoin, it's like, look how much it's done, dude. It was a minnow. It was a tiny minnow. But so look, market cap expanding all the way to 1 trillion. As long as we hold this line, and we are holding it very well. Look how we're respecting this trend line. 870, our high 880 yesterday numerous times, and now we're approaching it yet again. Insanity, absolute insanity. Perfect timing with the stimulus checks, just in time for mainstream to invest and get dumped on this bull trap. I honestly don't think they're going to get dumped on in a bull trap. The dump was last night. See, the problem is, new disciple, is too many people are deciding that we're going to have to tank. Now, look. Let's take the daily. Let's take the daily. Now, we broke all-time highs, number one. So we're in price discovery. Number one, we're in price discovery. Price discovery doesn't tend to dump like that. I don't know how long you've been in the game, but I've been trading over 13 years. And I've seen price discovery thousands of times. So I have like a few thousand references of price discovery in my brain alone. And yeah, look, we're just starting a parabola. We're just starting. Look, step 1, step 2. We're not even in step 3 or 4. Why? And this is the total market cap. So this is dominating over Bitcoin. This is telling you how much money is in Bitcoin. So what I'm trying to show you is, if we were to have a Fibonacci retracement right now, from where we're at, that would bring the total market cap right to the 0.5 at 600 billion, or even back down to $500 billion. Honestly, I felt like we had those retraces already. We are moving down on the daily. I'll give you that. Stokes are pointing down. So the daily is telling us, hey, there needs to be a pullback. We did get to that crazy high. And the 3-day as well wants to give us a pullback. And the weekly. I mean, but I said this before. When Bitcoin was this high and it just blew through these. My take is, when they dump on everyone, they will trigger a panic sell from the large amount of inexperienced traders. I'll just tell everyone right now, man, don't sell any of your crypto. Like, look at Theta. Theta was just at 74 in this bull. See this bull? And I said buy zone. See that? And you can see these beautiful bull buy zones, even on the weekly. Look at that. On the weekly, you saw a bull on the buy zone, which is insane, right? Even if Theta retraces, it's going to retrace what? Back to 160, 180? I don't see it back down, into these lows. But you're right. We're getting extended. We're getting extended on larger time frames. Look at the 12-hour, though. Looks like it wants more. So Theta looks like it wants to rip even more. It looks like it's forming a bit of a head and shoulder pattern. We've never had that many we never had this much money in it as well. I don't know. I'm back and forth on it. I'm not disclaiming anything you said. You think Theta will go back to 80 cents? Interesting. I don't know, man. I'm more looking at the bull run of 2017, and we didn't have things didn't retrace like that. They didn't. They did retracements like this. See this? Boom. Like, that was your retracement. So look, here's total and total too. So back to the total market cap though. So right now, as long as we hold this line, we're gonna go all the way to $1 trillion. And once we go to $1 trillion, I think the news is gonna be insane. 12-hour says it's all right. Daily actually wants to curve down. So we go sideways for a little while. That's fine. I'm cool with that, going sideways. So where's my line in the sand? It's about, honestly, 845 billion. We can't hold that. We easily come back and test 760. See how quick we gapped up? So we need to hold that 840 billion dollars. We don't hold 840 billion. we come back down to 777 billion, and we don't hold that, we come right back down to the fib here at 683. Keep in mind, the very people that trade are trained to trade the way they always have, over 500,000 Bitcoin. Just food for thought. Yeah, but I don't, like Michael Saylor said, he's not a good trader and he does not trade. And he put $1 billion into Bitcoin. That's not going anywhere. You have more wallets transferring their money off exchanges than ever in history. So yes, you have more wallets, but they're leaving the exchanges. Look at my projection here for the total market cap of all the cryptos. I said we could get all the way to $300 billion. That was my exact target. Look, I used no fib, I used no wave theory, and look, it hit my exact target, my green line that I made. You guys were here when I made this line. You were watching live. That's balls. Yeah, man, Saylor knows what's going on. So check it out. I took this length, which is the length of the pole, to the white line. I always bring it to the 21-day moving average. I find that gives me pretty righteous place to be. Then I always slant it a little bit, but that gave me an exact target. 298 billion. And we came back down and subsided at 277. We're still battling, and we're not even in the all-time highs yet for all of the altcoins. So imagine when we get there. We're still in the bull. Look, see the bull? And we're making our way. Bit of a cup and handle, actually, in my opinion. That could have been the handle there too, or this even could have been the handle, and we're just ripping. So I pull back, possibly back to the bowl. 200 million, okay. But strongly 226 is a harder support. If we go back here too, we have some strong support right here at 264. Look at that, real strong support, because we previously got rejected back here in May 4th of 2018. That's when the alts got real high. We had a little alt season after Bitcoin tanked, and then boom. So right now I'm still bullish on the alts until I don't have to be, right? We have dominance going somewhat sideways in our favor. We did have it rip up though. We did have an amazing moment in time. Look, that market cap went all the way to $300 billion for the entire crypto space. Okay, so now it's about what did I trade? What am I into? Okay, I got VeChain well below 2 cents. Look, it's in a beautiful cup and handle. If you're thinking of getting into VeChain, look, I even said this level was your next level, up 25%. I gave you trade after trade on this. VeChain, I talked about it. It's in my top 10 videos. If you go to my channel and you're like, well, it's in my top 10 videos. Go to videos right here and you look at the top 10 videos. Top 10 cryptos to 10 million right here. And VeChain's in there, man. In there, like, when it's only, let's see the price I gave you VeChain at. Tell me I skipped VeChain on this. Banned. VeChain. Where are you? That's why you got to timestamp your own videos. Zilliqua. Share token. That's on the low. To me, that's like the biggest on the low. XRP, and I still stand by that, even though it's people probably find that ridiculous. Chainlink. IOST. Polkadot. Band. Cosmo. Maybe I'll let VeChain out. Interesting. But I talk about VeChain on my channel all the time. They have a deal with Walmart. They have a deal with Louis Vuitton. Saw that the moment you uploaded it. Nice timing. Yeah, if Bitcoin goes to 36K, alts will be exponential gains. It's true. It's true. So VeChain 2621. Interesting. Now, if we go back to a smaller time frame, like the 4 hour, it's starting to do a bit of a flag here. even double bottoming out. And you could see that's clearly, it's finding a new bottom. It's like 21.5. I didn't like you. I bounced up to 26 and continuing. It hit my exact target. My exact target. Look at that. At 27.777s there. And VeChain going into all-time highs. So price discovery for VeChain. Actually, no, it's been higher than that, has it? Not on the USDT pair. So price discovery for VeChain, yeah, technically, because even if it's been that high in Satoshi value, the Satoshis weren't that high in value. Isn't that funny? So VeChain continuing to do its thing. Look, double bottoming actually. Now when you see it 1 hour, it's going to show you even better double bottom. Look at this. VeChain, man, on its way up and out of the pattern. To me, it's doing a little bit of a bull flag. Where do I see it going? Almost an ascending triangle too. Look at this. Little bit of hybrid of two patterns in a way. Something like that. We take the length of the back of this, bring it up. Boom. 34 for VeChain, man. Once VeChain breaks 3 cents, it's a wrap. You had a long time to get VeChain below 2 cents. Everybody did. What a great project. Even down here. We've been watching VeChain for a long time. Look at all the work I've done on it. Look at all the work I've done on VeChain. Falling wedges, bottoms, double bottoming. Man, and cup and handle action. Yeah, 2017 extension before pullback was 75%. We're not there yet. Yeah, I just don't see a big pullback. The only people I'm seeing hearing are new Elliott wave traders, like people who've been trading like 2 to 3 years and they just think they got it. They're like, I know exactly where this is going. Number one, I've never used that word. I know where it's going. Number one, I don't even tell you I'm good at predicting Bitcoin. I tell you I'm good at reading the chart, which tells me where Bitcoin's going. Like, look, VeChain was in a cup and handle. You take your length of your bowl, top of your bowl to the bottom of the bowl, and you bring it up. And that gave you my target. And look where VeChain went. Right to the target. I wasn't telling everyone, oh, I know where it's going. I know exactly what's happening. No. I just drew a cup and handle, and I showed you the target. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. Right? So I don't know. That's all I can say. Snaps back. It will snap back to the 200-day moving average, though. To the 21 as well. And look, we just had a golden cross here. 50 just crossed the 200 not too long ago. So when you saw you were in a cup and handle, you saw the 50 cross the 200. Cup and handle with a golden cross. You put those two things together, and you're off to the races, okay? Waves looks like it's in distress. Maybe a nice time to buy. I have it circled right here at the 618. It's funny. I made this circle way before when Waves was up here. And I drew the fib and I said, okay, I'd like it to come down here. This would be a nice entry. Look at it got wicked into that area. Waves at 477, 438. Interesting. So what I do, that's what I love about these projections. I said, is it making a head and shoulder pattern? Is it going to keep dropping? And if it does, it looks like the target could be the 706 right here. But I put it here with the circle at the 618. Funny, we came right to it. And now the daily is resetting with the Stokes on the low. So now you have the MACD in your favor, the Stokes in your favor, and you're at the 618. Might be a good time. Hope all is well. Crypto24, my dude. Shout out to Paul, my man. P doubles. $20 people, 14 likes. Let's hit those likes, man. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes to match the viewership. Remember, like is monetary. I use likes to gain more money. Monkeys. Let's take a look at Stellar Lumens. Booming. Plan for possible entry there. Boom, boomed up. Came back down. Boomed up again. Apparently some big news for Stellar Lumens and stable coins. Lifer bro, I need to warn you. I love this warn stuff. Oh man, if I had $1 for every time someone did that. Yeah, but what's going on? Let me know. He might be trying to help, so let me know what's going on. Stellar Lumens, man. All the way to 19. Back up and strong. XRP. New disciple is Aaron, the biggest scammer active. Damn, man. So I don't want any controversy. He's never scammed me. But you did say he scammed that young kid. I don't know, man. He can't scam me. I'm not letting him scam me. Yeah, like, I remember this happening, man. Please don't do this here. Please don't do this here, man. Please don't do this here. The new disciple's been nothing but nice to me. You've been nothing but nice to me. See, that's the issue with me, is I'm in many different circles. And I got people talking ish on other people. I don't do that. I don't do that. You know? I don't talk about anybody, man. I really don't, man. Even his wife divorced him. He stole money from her and his mother. Did your wife divorce you, bro? Did you steal money from your mother? Is he lying? Like, and the thing is, man, I don't need this on my channel, man. I don't run the Ricky Lake show, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't run the Ricky Lake show, bro. This isn't Jerry Springer, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want the next contestant. Like, honestly, bro, no one has my private keys. Okay? He can scam all he wants. There was someone impersonating me. If you do that, we will get you out. That happened earlier this year. We took care of it. You can look private chat but not show live. This dude is a clown. We'll find out who the clown is, man. It'll all come out in the wash. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. One of you is the real deal, or maybe both of you aren't, or maybe both of you are. Who knows? We'll get to the end of it all. We'll get to the end of it all. I can really only vouch for people I've actually met, right? So we'll go from there. Let me get back into the news. So look, this was a falling wedge for XLM. It looked for it to continue all the way, I believe, up to 23. So it's not done yet. It's not done yet. And look, it just crossed on the daily and has more room to go. So XLM is going to go all the way up to about 23. Might be a nice futures trade on XLM. Honestly, something I might take. Only me. I'm only saying what I'm doing. I'm not suggesting you do anything. You guys are just watching me for entertainment purposes only. Look at XTZ now in this beautiful double bottom. Look at that. So look, it was in a rounded bottom, XTZ, came down really low. It is a bit messy here, but look, that's a double bottom forming. And now it's in consolidation period. This thing is about to fly. It tested its low one last time at 152. This chart looks really, really nice. Looks like it's consolidating and making a move. This is what happens in the bull. The bull could move up. Happy New Year, Desmond Romaine. So check it out. I want to take a look at XTZ for a while because it's been kind of a sluggish coin, but yet it's a great coin. $2 has been like a real screaming region to get in. Keeps hitting this $2 region, being like, hey, it's kind of like when DOT was at 5. It kept telling you. It was almost like trying to tell you something. Like, hey, I'm still at $5. I like this time. You know, when a price keeps revisiting the same price, when an asset keeps revisiting the same price, it tells you something. So look at that. Looks like it's going to keep rounding. This actually looks like the bottom area, because if it comes back down here, it's still higher than that area, right? So it looks like you get it maybe one last time at 2. I don't know, though. Very interesting. But I like XDZ here. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. 4 hours a little extended, so it's telling you, yeah, it may continue its consolidation. But just watch this. It's going to start making a round, and then it'll make a cup and handle. And this thing can get all the way back up to its high at 455 and then break all-time highs. So it's sleeping. It's a sleeping giant. So people just kind of taking a look. So yeah, I just wanted to put this on your radar. Now we also have it in a falling wedge, and it just broke out of resistance, in my opinion. Boom. And there's your target short term, 273. Right? 4 hours a little extended though. Look for it to kind of flag out and go sideways. So I would do is I would watch this on a smaller time frame, like so. This is how I do these things. Look at the funny double bottom on the retest. Look at that. Interesting. Then we see a beautiful double bottom and extension with some room to go. So you know what? The 1 hour looks good for a lot of coins. Telling me that the next few hours, this afternoon looks like we're going to have a little run in all coins, because the 1 hour wants to go, but the 4 hours is getting extended. But this could still give us some more room. Look, the Stokes have that much more room above the dotted line. This looks, hey, room to move on the 1 hour, room to move on the 4 hour. It is extended. I mean, most of the move did occur already. You definitely wanted to get in off the moving average at 237 there, but look at this giant double bottom here. Look at it. There was your get in there at 212. Look, and it formed the inverse head and shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder. These patterns are golden. And look, it's forming another one now. So I just built you a story. Pretty good trade coming up, in my opinion, from my due diligence. There you go. There's your neckline. You can actually bring it down a little bit. Looks like we're already poking out. Yeah, this thing's looking very bullish at the moment. XTZ, man. You get 6% a year to hold this too, with Coinbase, things of that nature. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Matic. We'll take a look at Matic for sure. Matic's been a sleeper coin. Now it has something going on with some other bigger coins. I remember there was something they're waiting on, and they want to wait for the Matic partnership. Wish I remember exactly what it was. Look at Matic though. 1 minute is forming a beautiful pennant. Look at that. Immediate short-term target of this pennant. And it's breaking out as we speak. Like right now, look, it's poking as we speak. This be a nice futures trade, to be honest, for Matic. 15% gains coming out of Matic. If it reaches the target, or at least it should go back to 2.7. So look for Matic to make some big moves. Let's look at it on the 15 minute. 15 minute is looking good. Still has room to move in the Stokes. Just had a cross too as well. Ooh. Ooh. I'm liking this right now at the present moment. Matic. Let's take a look at Matic on the perpetual. Looks like we're going to do a little bit of a snatch here on Matic. Already up 10%, moving. Ooh, having some buy issues here on the daily. Let's go back to the 15 minute. I like where it is right now though on the 15 minute. Breaking out. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a look at it here on the 15 minute. If we enter the trade, stop loss back into the pattern, 3% stop loss at about 2389. Okay. And that's it. And we're just going to play this trend line very, very close to the bone. We have things in our favor. Yeah, we're charting Matic right now. No, we're going to show you Joe's strategy. If you stay tuned, I'm going to show you Joe's strategy. and how I was able to chart Matic. Actually, how I was able to chart Iota and get into Iota. But right now, we're going to enter this trade because at 2471 with a stop loss at 239 or 2389, I believe is what I said. 2391, 2389. We're gonna play this close to the bone and see how we do. So we're gonna get in right now. 2382. We're only gonna use about 80 bucks. Even though I have 300 here, I only use 80 bucks. So 30% would be 100, right? So about 20% of it, and we're gonna buy long, and we're gonna go for 24.72. All right, we're gonna buy long at 20x leverage. Rejected the order, right? Is that what it said? Okay, we got in. Okay, we got in. And now look, we're gonna go and hit our take profit. Remember, our stop loss was what? 2389. 0.2389. We'll lose 12 bucks. But our take profit is gonna be at about 2707. Okay. So we'll make 152 bucks. No, that's wrong. Take profit at 0.02727. So make $143. We're gonna risk 12 bucks, and we're gonna confirm that trade. All right. And we're just gonna basically play the idea that we hold this trend line. Okay. Very good chance we get stopped out. We lose 12 bucks. That's fine with me. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, here's a good time. We're going to show you Jose's strategy. Okay. I'm going to show you how we did it on Iota. All right. Number one, I'd use some of my strategy as well. Remember, never use someone else's strategy blind. Have something of your own to bring to the table. Combine them together. Now, look what we had here. Honestly, there was no even reason to close the trade. Could have stayed in the trade. But I like to take profits, so I didn't mind. Number one, we have a cup and handle here. A clear cup and handle for Iota, right? So I called this out on my channel as well, and I put it out there. Did Adam really lift off? Because it was having some struggle, and it was like not doing what... 610. Adam needs to get back into the sevens, in my opinion. We'll get into OMG, though. We'll see. If OMG is above 360, then I'll consider that somewhat of a lift off. I think you set the stop loss at a much higher price. Maybe you're right. Let's look. Let's look. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because it like disappeared, right? Okay. You're the man, dude. So look, we'll cancel that. And we'll go back to your position. Stop loss. 0.02389. There we go. That's more like it. 0.02727. That's more like it. That's more like it. So we're going to lose 40. So it's and that's a risk reward ratio. We're going to risk 40 to gain 143. All right. Boom. And we're playing the 15 minute is what we're doing. See? 15 minute in our favor, 1 minute in our favor, and we're going to go from there. Thank you so much, Arati. You're the man, dude. You're the man. Got distracted out here in these streets. And again, I didn't use a lot of my entire portfolio, right? Just 80 bucks. I didn't want to go, I'm not going all in all the time. It doesn't mean, you don't know. You don't think I might have a big $100,000, $200,000 portfolio. Just these are smaller trades. I'm willing to chip away every time, all the time. Everything compounds to me. Every little bit of, every dollar means something to me. Okay. OMG, let's take a look at OMG because we like OMG. We talk about it a lot. RSR as well. Is RSR getting into price discovery? It's about to. Look at that, right as we looked at it. So RSR about to go back into price discovery again on the 1 hour? Yeah, it is. If RSR breaks up here, it's going to be in price discovery, guys. Like in the next... Kind of is in price discovery, actually, in my opinion. Like right now. Interesting. 3732. Doing a bit of... They're all following Bitcoin. See this tank with the inverted head and shoulder and then the pop? Everything's following Bitcoin. So you can tell Bitcoin's on the way up. Now it gets to the point where all coins should start going up even with Bitcoin. It doesn't matter. Like they should all move together at one point. It becomes a freight train, man. That is just unstoppable. Yeah, 32.4. So look, good news for us, right? We sat with you guys in the 1 hour. I said we need to break this level. I did see a double bottom. So there was a higher chance. And now look, we broke this level. Now we're probably going to go up all the way to 334. So now what you can do is what I like to do is I open up a Bitcoin futures trade here because now the way I thought it was going to go has been determined, right? Had we broke this bottom trend line, we were to come down here. So it kind of negates this pattern and we're starting this new pattern here, which is like a reversal pattern, honestly, because we're reversing and we have higher lows than here. So we're making higher lows. Now we just need to make a higher high above that 32.9. We make a higher high, this thing is off to the races. 1 hour still has room to go. 4 hours about to have a cross. Beautiful time to open up a trade, in my opinion. So I will also open up a Bitcoin trade in the futures market. BTC perpetual. I'm going to be isolated. Man, I get less though. I'll go isolated, even though I like to cross it. I'll go isolated, 32x isolated. We're going to enter now because we broke off that place where I believe the pattern wants to create a higher high. This one I want to go in for about, let's say, 30% of what I have left. 50% will be 100. So about 40%. And we're going to take the 590 call on the limit. Okay. We're going to go long there on the order. Let's hope we catch. 32.597. Oh, we flew fast. Look at that. I tend to be good. Like, if the price starts moving the second you go to get in, it means you got good instincts. You know? I'll probably market into this because I don't want to wait. Boom. I always limit out, though, if I can. Okay, so we got into Bitcoin there. Damn, 32,674. Wow, the price moved fast on me. I wanted to get in at 32. See how fast? I would have been up already had I got in at my exact target, 32.56. Look at how fast that price moved. But a lot of people probably saw what I saw in the price action there, right? So there we go. We have that trade now. And then we have a stop loss in a target. Now, my target for this, go to the 1 hour. And what I want to do is I just want to get up here. From this part, we're just going to get to the top of the pattern, which is 34.572. So I'll even go a little lower. 34.450 is going to be my take profit. Okay. We'll make 143 bucks. Stop loss. Well, I don't want to see it break this trend line here. If it does that at 30,000, that's bad news, right? So like 31,900. We'll lose 62 bucks to make 143. Not the best. Let me see if I can shave 50 off that. 990. 32 even. 32 to 38. I like that better. 32.2, 34.4. We can confirm that. And boom, And look, the Matic trade is going well now. And we're going to let these rock. And there you go. There's 2 future trades we made today live on the stream. Been a while since we made some live trades because, you know, the market's just been funny. But now I'm finally getting I'm in there. I took some time off. And yeah, let's take a look at I do want to look at the market because I want to see what's going on with the market. But you can't do, you know, you can't lend DeFi and farm and stake, and you can't do all this fun stuff in the stock market. So it's kind of lame. I did give you that Apple call. It is kind of falling out of the pattern. It also is forming a head and shoulder pattern. Could that be the time to get out of this Apple trade? I still think it's consolidating here. I'm not bearish yet. Let's see what goes on in the overall market. Let's take a look at the Dow. Dow up 13 points, having a bit of a correction. You could see, so the Dow fell. If you've been following me, then you've been following my Dow call. You'll see that I have the Dow in a few patterns here. Number one, it's in this rising wedge. Okay, which break down 68% of the time. This is a bearish pattern, and I have a target down here at about 17,800 for the Dow. Now, I also have a target up here at 40,055. The Dow could do one of 2 things. We're watching it every day to check its health. Now, what it did is it decided to make a bit of a bull flag inside of the top of this rising wedge. So now we're in this flag. See, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Down hard, but we got bought back up really quick by the Fed. The Fed printed that money when they saw that we were in trouble, and they propped us right back up. And they even looked at the trend line and said, oh, we need to get right back there for the traders. Oh, you did great for us. You put us right where we needed to be at about 30,191. Beautiful. Thank you, Fed, for printing more money and getting us right where we needed to be. Now, take a look at where we're at here. The daily now still extended. Stokes still have room to move. That's not a good sign. Telling me that this could still kind of complete a fallout. Now, if we break this trend line, so if we break 30,000, look for the Dow to come all the way back down to 28. If we break 28, our next level of support is about 26. If we break 26, we don't have that much support. We could fall pretty fast all the way back down to about 18,000 where we were at that high. And that would be a nice double bottom as well for the Dow. Wouldn't be that bearish if you consider it a double bottom. So right now, I'm not bullish. I'm not bearish on the Dow. I'm waiting to see what it wants to do inside of this channel. I was suggesting to close a lot of the trades that we were going over in the chat. Let's go over to the Mo list, the Mo Money list. Let's see how we did on that. All right. FCX. Look, our target is all the way up here. FCX. Our target is 33.17. This hasn't stopped. Continuing to bull its way up out of the pattern and make a move. So this has been kind of following the prediction of the channel as well. Again, this isn't financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor. Do your own research. This is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I do here on the channel is just to entertain you. If you're entertained by my lifestyle and how I trade for a living, then please come back every day and learn. Let's take a Riot. I said Riot would probably form, I did some voodoo. I said I think it will form some consolidation in this area. The fact that it got bought back up here confirms that idea. Looks like it's going to go sideways in the channel that I have for Riot. So we'll see Riot go sideways here. Bouncing off the 1535 region and in between there, 15 and 17 and a half, 18. And then, yeah, make sure it consolidates. And then I think Riot will continue. Where do we see it going? Will you just take the length of the pole if that ends up forming a flag? Puts it up here. And that's got it at 3107 for Riot. So huge gains coming from 17. Plug Power forming a bit of a head and shoulder pattern. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Look for this to come down. Bearish divergence slightly there too playing out. Daily has a cross just beginning. Look for Plug Power to come probably back down to 22. If it breaks 22, it'll probably come back down to 1874. But I'm not bullish on it at the moment. It did got bought back up off the 21-day moving average. So we'll see. It could be forming this pattern here. Just a falling wedge. We'll see how far the falling wedge likes to respect price action. It did respect this level here at 29.75 pretty hard where we got, see, price got rejected. Could that become an SR flip, a support and resistance flip? There's a good chance. There's a good chance. So I'd like to see it hold this level here. Okay, 30. Bounce back to 32.55, so it's great. If it doesn't hold 30, easily coming back down to 22. Nice place for a stop loss. Both trades in the red. See what goes on. But it did got bought. That was a huge spike when I went to get in, so it was very interesting. Dollar index, we look at it every day, just continuing to make lower lows. The United States dollar. When I flip it upside down, it looks like it's going to go parabolic, like most of the charts that we're looking at, like this. Like we flip it, look, it's going parabolic. It's going to do what a riot did. No, it's actually going down. A rounded top and down. Next target for this is 85. Ah, God. Can it get saved by some bullish divergence? It's had it before. It really hasn't done much for it. 4 hours still wants to curve down, and lack of bullish momentum. The dollar is in a bad place. It's battling 90, and it looks like it may not get above it again. It's getting wicked past it. Everyone in their mother is buying Bitcoin at this point. They really are. Look at the billionaires. You just got to follow the money, and if you do what the richest people are doing in the world, then you would have been in Bitcoin pretty sweetly. And they're also buying up ETH. They're buying up a lot of Ethereum. So you gotta, yeah. Wow. Look at DOT. It went from 520 all the way up to 1054. An explosion for DOT, hitting my pretty close to my target here. And doing what I said, up to the bottom, coming back down. There, I thought it would kind of go up a little higher. It broke this, which is not good. It looks like it could consolidate here, but now, what worries me now, look, I go to the 1 hour. It could be forming, look, a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, right? You've got to heed these because, as bullish as I want to be on the entire space, and that puts it back down at $6.64. And that would also coincide, how crazy, with the 618 Fibonacci level. Interesting, right? So we either go to the 0.5 at 720, we break 720, we easily get to 656. I'll be honest, I would love to get me some dot at 656. Sad to see it lose a little steam, but if I could get in dot down there, I'd be a pretty happy guy because I missed getting a bunch of bags. EGLD, I got in hard at I got in late too. I've been watching it for a long time. Finally got in at 23 here at the bottom of the pattern. I circled it. I said, you know what? This thing is going to bounce. I have it projected to go absolutely parabolic. It's just, look at it. Rounded bottom, came up, formed its first step of the parabola. It has 4 more steps in this parabola to go. This thing is EGLD, E-Gold, continuing to erupt. Institutions love it. Look at come back on the retest with the 21-day moving average and completely erupt. I do have a big bag of this, and I got in around 23. It's now at 34. This thing it's time to accumulate, guys. I told you that about a week and a half ago, 2-3 weeks ago. You saw I stopped doing a lot of trades on the show. I stopped day trading a lot, and I started saying, hey, the volatility of Bitcoin is going to wreck you if you're going to try to day trade right now. Bitcoin's going to go up and down and up and down, up and down. It's going to swing you around like a pendulum. You're going to have an issue trading, and I said, unless you're an expert and really good, and unless you're sniping at this point, it's time to accumulate. Bitcoin was running the prices of the alts down, and it was a perfect time to accumulate. You could get VeChain under 2 cents. You could get Band at $5. It's now back at $7.34 and continuing to rip. Let's take a look at Band, what I have going on for Band. Look, I drew it for you, and I even projected the right shoulder before it even really happened when we were down here saying, you know what, we're going to come. We were right here when I made this. See this funny little price action projection that I made here? That's this here. We were down here. I said, you know what? I think we're gonna come up. Now we look at a bigger pattern. 6 hours show you. Look, a beautiful head and shoulders that I had. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and we're gonna make our way out of this. And it's also forming a bowl of accumulation. Beautiful, beautiful thing for Band. Band back up into the $7 region. You could have snatched it right here at $4.99, $5, already up over 50% for Band. Where do I see Band going? Well, look, once Band breaks this neckline of this head and shoulder, look how fast it can gap up to 934. And then people forget how fast it got sold all the way from the 13, 14 region. It pumped up there fast. So there's a gap up all the way to 1145. And look, and then band will get back to its all-time highs at 1787. Where was that in August? It went on a tear in August from $1 all the way to 18x. This thing has already done. And that's another thing about crypto is a stock will go 18x. You have to wait for it to kind of do. A crypto can 18x and then it can freaking 100x literally like 7-8 months later. Like the movement in crypto is because of, and you would say why? Well, it's the 24-hour market. This crypto has so much more price action than a stock in the same amount of time period. So you can, that's to your gain. That's to your advantage as a trader because there's going to be more pumps for the one asset. Like let's take a one asset that's doing really good in the stock market. It might pump 4 times. But an asset in the crypto market will pump 10, 15, 20 times. And each time you could get 100 to 200% in each pump. And you don't get that in the stock market. You just don't because you don't have the time to trade it. You don't have the time to trade it. What I mean, you don't have the time. No, I don't mean that. I mean, you don't have the time, meaning the stock itself doesn't trade long enough. And, 8 hours a day for five days a week is only 40 hours, right? Whereas you're getting 7 times 20, 140, 7 times 168 hours in a week, right? So I did the math fast, but it's true. So I've just, cup and handle for Atom. As weird of a cup this is a cup. This is a handle. Atom, cup and handle, going all the way up to 1160. Okay, there's my projected move for Atom. Don't sleep on Atom, man. It's been slowly accumulating compared to other coins. It may do its own thing while other coins just kind of flop and grope. You'll see Atom just doing its thing. Unbelievable. Algo, another big pick of mine. I really like Algo. Said it can go up 232% from the bottom here. It's already kind of garnered about 40% of that since I put it out. Look at this, bottom, bit of a triple bottom, almost kind of a cup and handle as well, if you can look at it that way. Algo, man, continuing its consolidation, continuing its move. It was just at 30 cents. It's now at 46 cents, up 50%, and I see 135% gains coming for Algorithm. Unbelievable. If it stays in the channel and it does what it's supposed to do TA-wise. BNB, a big holder of mine, decided to use BNB to farm some reef. Was a great decision. I got into BNB at 32. It's now at 40. This thing is continuing to rip. My target here was at 43.32. Seemed like, did it wake up there? It did. How crazy that it hits my targets exactly. Like exactly the wick stop there. And it's all about measured moves. I just take measured moves over and over again. And the measured moves play out over and over again. I don't use Fibonacci. I don't even use Fib extensions. I use Fibonacci retracement only, but I don't even use Fib extensions for this. I don't even use Elliott wave theory. And I'm getting the exact targets. So you do what you want. I'll do what I want. But I'm nailing the targets. Nailing them. You see me nail targets. I say how many times have I nailed targets on my channel, and people like all the time. And it's true. And it's honestly, I'm not good at predicting things. I'm good at reading the chart. Loving the stream. Thank you so much. Grayscale removed XRP. Dumped plug at 33. That was a good idea, man. XLE remix silver gold SGMO WPX how FCX. I just want to look at Halliburton because look at what I had Halliburton doing. In the bigger time frame, Halliburton was just breaking out of this falling wedge. And then I did some voodoo for, I was alone. I don't know if I did this on the channel, but I did some voodoo. I said, I think it's going to consolidate here. And it did exactly that. Consolidated here. Big boom up here. Daily has a candle coming. Halliburton is a screaming BUI right now. And why? Well, it's curving up in the MACD. It's curving up in the Stokes. And it's curving up here. All three curves. See this curve? It's a beautiful thing. And the price action is starting to move with it. I see Halliburton probably going to break out of this little wedge and continue up to the next target at 25.52. Then it has another target up here at 32. Big things coming. Now, if it breaks out of the falling wedge, which it already did, so that's telling you it broke long term. It was in this downtrend since May 16th of 2018. Perfect time to buy something when it breaks a trend like this. Beautiful, 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 beautiful move. I see it going all the way back up at least to 54.87, but the projected target is 63.73. Halliburton looking really good. No reason to get out of that position. You might even want to add to it. Let's take a look at SGMO, our old friend. So right now, coming back down, like I said, or like the Fibonacci to the 382 fib. I would like to see it come touch the 0.5. Would be a healthy retrace. Even the 0.6. What's telling us why I don't think we'll get to the 0.618 is we have the 21-day moving average crossing for us. And that's going to give us a little bit of a support. Also, just crossed the 50 here. That's giving us a good sign. So I think this is going to keep coming. I think price and then we'll kiss around the 382. $15 looks like your pretty nice target. Now, we do have to look out for something like this. Are we going to form a shoulder, a head, and then are we going to come down here and form a right shoulder? If that's the case, then we may see some more downside, but we'll have to see. We have to see what the price action wants to create for us. But right now, I see us coming back down to the 0.5 fib, 1422, or holding at 15 even. We did bounce off the 382 already. Let's take a look at the 4 hour, how it did. It's actually consolidating a bit right here. And usually we dip below the 21 just a little bit. So there's our little 21 dip. 4 hour looks good, actually. Wants to have a cross. The daily's actually resetting. Says there's some more downside, or at least going sideways. This would be a good time to nibble in again. If you sold up here, I would begin to build a new position. 1589 I don't think is a horrible place to begin the new position, but completely, something I may do if I was going to look at this somewhere in the 382 Fibonacci region. But it all depends. All depends on how you feel about the trade. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, I wouldn't mind taking a nibble here and then putting another buy order in at 1442. See if I get lucky on the 0.5 fib. And then watch this. Watch this. It probably could come back down one more time. And then we're going to see how it respects the new region. Does it only get to 1954 and get rejected? That would be a head and shoulder pattern. So we'll see. We'll see. But that's kind of the overall health of SGMO. Definitely was the sell signal up here. Definitely for sure. It was also the projected, it was the target. How do we get that line? How do we know? And how do we sell pretty much? I would have told you to sell at 1962, or I would have sold at 1963. This went all the way to 2031. How did I get that? I just took the length of this pole and I put it up here to this triangle. Very simple, man. Same thing I'm doing every again. Look, another target. Very close to selling, very close to the top. I would have left $1 on the table. Oh well. But my TA would have nailed it for you as well as the top. GRT 15 minutes looks nice. Did Grayscale really dump XRP? That's important. So we're getting two reports here. Grayscale dumps XRP. Here's where it's putting the cash. Grayscale Investments, its latest major crypto player, to drop its association with the Ripple's token. Grayscale, the world's largest asset manager, announced Tuesday that it has liquidated its XRP holdings and used the remaining funds to buy more Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. The decision affects Grayscale's digital large cap fund, a market cap weighted asset that provides exposure to the largest cryptocurrencies by market cap. The sale of XRP occurred on Monday, less than a week after the Genesis Global Trading, the fund's authorized participant, announced it would soon temporarily suspend trading. Genesis Global Trading halted all XRP transactions on January 15th. Prior to the sale on Monday, XRP accounted for roughly 1.46% of the digital large cap fund. Now, I don't think they believe XRP is going to go down. I think they're just catering to clients. So they own 81% Bitcoin, 15% Ethereum, 1.1% Bitcoin Cash, and 1.4% Litecoin. Grayscale's digital large cap fund composition, mostly Bitcoin. Interesting to see because Ethereum may outperform Bitcoin. But I guess they keep 15% and then they figured out some way. The fund manager said XRP was removed following the DLC's fund quarterly review. It explained that no other asset qualified for inclusion in the fund. Grayscale's asset under management recently eclipsed 20 billion for the first time, highlighting broad institutional demand for Bitcoin and other digital assets. The asset manager is scooping up Bitcoin in greater quantities, with at least one metric showing Grayscale bought nearly 3 times more Bitcoin than was mined in December. So they're buying more than is created. And people were telling me we're going to go to 17K. And you have billionaires buying more than we're making. You get it? We can only mine so many Bitcoins. They're mining more than were mined in the month of December. 3 times more. What happens if they do that every month? How many months back? They're going to buy all the Bitcoins mined in December. Then they're going to buy all the Bitcoins mined in November. Then what happens when they start buying in real time as Bitcoin's getting mined? When does it stop? You know? Former CEO for Bitcoins.com, former CEO, is taking legal action against a small cap crypto he advised for reportedly failing to pay him 37.5 million bridge token worth $525,000. He claims he was never paid for his services, despite the project using his name for recognition to attract investment for Bridge's $8 million. Yeah, well, he got involved. He used his name. They used him to run it up, and now he wants to get paid. Let's see if he does. That's interesting. That's interesting. Shout out to everybody here on the live stream. I appreciate every single one of your souls for being here and participating. I really, really appreciate it. Grayscale didn't dump XRP and said they bought another 12 million more on the new year. See, I have that too. Grayscale didn't dump and said they bought 12 million more XRP token on the new year. Grayscale dumping XRP was the headline of most media publications based on the data from Bybit. However, a company spokesman refuted all such claims. A quick look at Grayscale's investment holding now clarifies that no significant amount of XRP was liquidated in the past 7 days. But this could have been an older article. You know, I'm trying to find the time. See, this is January 1st. They did add at the point. We reported that here. Grayscale added more, right? The price of XRP token has lost more than 70%. Claim that the SEC is merely targeting them as they have been operating for years while creating a core remittance business based on the XRP ledger. Thus, in the public interest and to protect thousands of XRP investors, SEC should not consider its token as a security. However, the SEC lawsuit claimed that Ripple and its executives were well aware of the fact that their offering qualifies as a security and that they may be breaching federal security laws. Ripple sends $477 to co-founder Jed McCaleb from its escrow. Yeah, Ripple on the first day of every month routinely releases 1 billion XRP from its escrow as per its distribution model, and most of the released funds gets locked back in escrow. However, this time around, instead of 1 billion XRP, the fintech firm released only 900 million and wired another 477 million to its current CTO and co-founder Jed McCaleb as per their settlement deal. Transferred from Jed McCaleb's settlement to Jeb's wallet. McCaleb left Ripple Bank and he unloads. He's going to sell those. Ripple currently holds 6,365 XRP and has distributed 45 or 6 trillion and considered 45 billion XRP, while 48 billion XRP is locked up in escrow. The company claims to use the XRP funds it holds for a range of operation maintenance costs and to sell to its investors. Interesting. Yeah, I think see, I don't know what a scallop is. See, you're like, look at the scallop. So you have to teach us your strategy. I've never heard the word scallop. And you'd be like, oh, you're a fool. I may be. I'm willing to admit when I don't know something. And that's why I'm able to know something. Interesting, right? So, look. Trading. I can answer all these questions myself. A scallop, right? Now we'll go back one more. Okay. Inverted and ascending scallops. Okay, so as I learn, you learn. So you see the scallop is this little inverted and ascending scallops. Confirmation. Adventurous entry. No pattern pullback, 100%.
There's some art.
Oh, wow.
I made it.
Noel. It's a little book.
Right here.
She's on a bicycle, right?
This is the front, and that's the story. Look.
Amazing. Sleepy. I was sleeping. It was morning, right?
It was morning. Noel, oh, right, the other way. Noel gave me a bicycle.
Noelle gave me a bicycle. You're so sweet, baby. Thank you, sweetheart. So inverted, okay. You will find these patterns in uptrending markets. When pattern makes almost a straight line move up and then levels off, pulling back slightly, you have your upside down and back to front J. So there you go. Upside down, back to front J. Okay, typically you will find that price retraces about 50% of the prior move after the top. Anything more than a pullback of 70%, and I doubt that the pattern will work out. When price pulls back to the previous low, then it is not an inverted and an ascending scallop pattern. It would look more like an upside down U in this case. Usually the smaller the pullback, the better the pattern works out. The normal trade for inverted and ascending scallops is to wait until the price closes above the top of the pattern and enter a long-term trade then. Adventurous traders can enter after the pattern stops forming when you get a higher low or a high value on the right of the pattern and after the pattern has formed, then enter there. So you get the valley and you enter, or you enter here. Adventurous entry after the pattern has made its move. Interesting. See, no pattern, pull back 100%. See, it can't pull back all the way. It can only pull back a little bit. And there you have an inverted ascending scallop. You can get several of these patterns in a row in some trends. Happy days. They will tend to get shorter and steeper with bigger pullbacks as the trend progresses. If the pattern pulls back to below the low at the start of the pattern, this invalidates the pattern. The target for the trade is the height of the pattern from the top to bottom. This should give you a good risk to reward trade. Beware of any overhead support and resistance levels though. Be conservative. Interesting. Interesting. So then he posted some scallops here. So there's your scallop. See, up, down, up, down. I get it now. I appreciate this. I'm learning. Yeah, brother, who knew was wrong with his details? He's just making it up. My buddy came back for my help because all who wanted to do was run his mouth and think he was a good guy. Stopping someone scamming people. Lame. And there's his wife and his kid. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know who's who, man. I'm not taking any sides, and I don't want anyone to get mad at me. Oh my God. Sorry. Yeah, that's the thing though. If new disciple, if you start contacting anyone in my group, I will delete you immediately. Just know that. And everyone's close to me, so they'll tell me what you're doing. So just, if you start doing anything shady, we will kick you out immediately. And I don't mean to be rude, but, and I haven't threatened to kick anybody out of my group ever. But, yeah. I'm super protective of my peoples. Honestly, I'm about to just because you're the only person with controversy. So weird, man. My bad juju, I may just have to kind of, no one else has had any bad juju in my group, you know, whatever. I don't want to talk about it. It's making, now I'm getting, see how toxicity is? It gets into you, man. And it starts just like, let's focus on the show. Again, this is not Jerry Springer or Ricky Lake show. Yeah. Anyway, did or did not Grayscale sell their you know, now we're trying to discern. I think they have left, you know. I'm pretty sure they have. I'm going to go with I think they have. Because look, where did it... This was 2 hours ago, this article. And the other one was on the 1st. We can go to Grayscale's Twitter ourselves and see what's going on. So they have updated weightings right here. XRP was removed. Following the quarter review. No other assets qualified. DLC is a passive fund. They removed XRP, man, from their holdings. That doesn't mean they don't still hold XRP, though. Interesting. They may just kind of hold it on the low. Now, Jacob Canfield, he's an amazing trader. He's one of my mentors, helped me get where I am today. Shout out to Jacob. Look, for those calling for a Bitcoin crash like March, stop. BitMEX is irrelevant now. Their liquidation engine is the only reason we cascaded as low as we did. 20-30% pullbacks are going to be normal as we climb upwards to reset funding and people take profit on the way up. Don't forget that the house always wins. Who was the house? The exchanges of the house. In the past 24 hours, 223 billion with a B were liquidated leverage trading. For most of you, cost average and holding is a much better strategy. Do not underestimate spot buying. I agree with you all. I've made a killing spot buying Bitcoin. Okay? A killing. No leverage trading at all. I could become a multimillionaire, no leverage trading. You don't have to follow things. Yeah, Grayscale removed it, but they didn't sell it. I'm not selling my XRP, man. You recognize capitulation wicks. Don't think we've had it yet? See? These are capitulation wicks, man. Like, this is my mentor, bro. He taught me so much. Like, so much. Okay? He's the reason I'm a trader today. 60,000 followers. This is my dude, Jacob. He sat me down and showed me everything. Showed me everything. Okay, now we'll show Joe's strategy. Ascending triangle forming here after a low time frame breakout of the trend line. 30,000 tested one more time last night. A breakout of the horizontal support and resistance should take us back up to all-time highs or higher, 38,000. I totally agree with him, 100%. And that's him in the last 30 minutes, bro. Alts are moving hard after the tap at 73% dominance. A downside continuation will see huge multiple gains on top of trending altcoins coming up to the breakout retest. See? Bitcoin dominance. Boom. We should come retest this. So we want to break that line, or we're going to bounce off of it. It's going to be a big deal. We're going to find out soon. Getting close to that 73% dominant zone for the alt party. We need to see if we can get a reaction there first. Yep. I love this. Look, Simple Jack Capital. I just heard an employee use the F word on the trading floor and immediately fired them. Maybe other funds will tolerate that kind of language, but don't you dare talk about fundamentals in here. Ooh, I just spilled water all over the freaking place. Help! 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 I got water on hard drives! Help! Help! I got water. I'm holding hard drives in my hand. I'm holding hard drives in my hand.
I can't run.
I know, I need a towel. Quick. I'm holding hard drives in my hand. I spilled water. So sorry. My phone's wet. Everything's wet. I just need a towel. Quick. Throw it on the desk. Right underneath the hard drive. Yeah. Get that area quick. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. So sorry. What a mess. What a mess. I'll figure it out later. Wow. Oh, this is a beautiful thing, man. What a beautiful thing. These trades still down $720. We'll let them run, though. We'll let them run. Okay, we're going to get into Joe's strategy. Joe showed me something amazing. We'll go into Iota, and we'll talk about it. And thanks, shout out to Joe. I ended up making 100% profit on that trade. So shout out to Joe. One of my best trades. Actually 95%, let's be honest. But I was up more. Hey man, you know what, New? I'm just going to take it easy and I'm going to be positive. And you've been nothing but you've only showed me charts and talked about price action. So I'm going to keep it that simple, man. You know, I'm going to keep it that simple. I'm going to keep it that simple, man. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You never did anything to me. So I'm staying positive in my positive world. No more water by the computer, right? My pregnant wife had to run and save me. She was not happy. Should have seen her face. She must have been in bed. She was like, you clown. Living with me is fun, man. It's fun. Let's take a look at Iota. Let's take a look at Iota. Okay, so I was on Iota. Good sell, by the way. I'm happy. Should have sold up at 38.9. We were up even more, man. Dang. Number one, he taught me to only use the daily chart, which is something I never did when trading futures. And look, there really was no reason to get out of the trade. We got in at like 32 something. Like there was no reason to leave the trade. But what I'll do is I'll use my old tactics and I'll look for, you know, a flag or something on the 30-15 and I'll find my way back in if I so choose. But like he said, that's how he's getting 1,000% gains, because I would have just stayed in it all the way to the top and we would have made what, 34 times 60, that's $1,800, 1,800%, right? So anyway, so this is what he's told me to do. He found an indicator that I call it Joe P Future Master. That's what I call it now. And it's called trading energy, okay? And it has this gray line. You see it? It turns red and green. And when it starts to turn green, you decide you long. See it? So it's this line here. See there, it's like a red color, but then it turns to solid green color. Might not even be green. I don't know exactly what color I chose, but let me hit the settings here. I think it's the arrows, right? I think I want to make this more like a really... Wait, do they have a nice green? I'm colorblind too, so like trying to find green is... That's green. So anyway, you also see a B, a blue B, okay? It's hard to see. It's hard to see, but let me show you. It's right here. See this blue B? So you want to get trading energy. Let's go to the indicator. Trading energy. Is it fractals? Is that the one it is? No, I believe it's just called trading energy. He showed me this the other day too, so bear with me. I believe this is it. Let me just... Yeah, that's it. Trading Energy Fractals by eKill. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, so check it out. Now you'll see that you have this line turn red. When it turns red, you want to sell or short. And when it turns green, you want to long. And it puts you in longs on the daily very, very well. Let's take a look. So here, it told you, and it also gives you your stop loss. See this line? This is where you want to put a stop loss.
I have to go in the garage one more time.
Okay, so here's the B. It tells you to long right here. And you could long when it gets above the blue line. So crosses the blue line, you enter your trade. And you put a stop loss right here. And then it even shows you where to keep raising your stop loss. Look at this. And then look, you get stopped out of the trade in the money. So it literally just shows you exactly what to do. Like, this thing is insane. So you go on the daily. So we did it for Iota over here. When it ran above the blue line, I got into the trade. See? Boom. And I also had my bigger cup and handle here. So I was also confident about the trade because I saw a cup and handle and it hadn't broke out yet. And a lot of things were breaking out. So I was like, okay, big money trade. Let's go for it. And there you go. So here's your B telling you could even get in here at this B. But if you miss the line, then you can get in when it breaks the blue line yet again. Look where it breaks the blue line. Up, never hits the stop loss. Up, never hits the stop loss. Up, now you would have your stop loss down. Very low though at 24. I wouldn't be able to handle that type of risk. So depending on how you take this and how much money you put in, it all depends, right? But technically you should just stay in this trade now. And then what he likes to do on top of that is he likes to throw like the 15 moving average on there. So he goes to another indicator. You could put you could even put the 5 MA like I have, but he just adds MA, moving average. And then he makes this the 15. Right? And boom. And what he does is when the price starts to come to the 15, like right there, he gets out of the trade. So again, like right there, he would have gotten out of the trade. So he may not always be selling the top, but he's getting in at these Bs and he's riding these future trades. And that's what he's doing. That's why he's able to post so many wins. It's insanely foolproof. It's pretty interesting how it's working. I did my first one and it played out beautifully. You guys saw it. So that's it. Trading energy. He puts the 15 on. And then he also has another one he uses, which is trading linear. See this? And what it does is it creates trend lines for you. Look, it created these trend lines for us. Basically what he said. And then he also adds pivots. Because he's like, then I don't have to draw my support and resistance line. Sorry, I keep adding these lines for no reason. Look, I like him. He's saying, hey, I'm older in life. I have a lot of stuff. I have a job. I do a lot of things. He goes, I want these things to be easy. Look, I draw this trend line. Look, it drew the trend line for him. So not only were we in a cup and handle, but look, we're also forming we're getting into a wedged area here. So he's using trend lines with triple stars. He's using trading energy, fractals, and he's using the 15 MA, dude. And he said that's it. And he's not using volume. He's not using anything that we use. No MACD, none of that. Now for the main question of the day, hard drives or how are you doing, man? Also, please do TA on the 15-minute ETH chart. Okay. Yeah, no more water by the computer. So check it out. And this thing is also forming, look, the rounded bottom. So we can go at this many ways. Rounded bottoms are beautifully bullish. This is a really good entry for Iota on the long term. Now Iota also, a lot of people don't realize, they use like a tangle. They don't use a blockchain. They use a tangle. So completely different technology, honestly, in Iota. One of the only coins that's not on blockchain, it's on the tangle. Meaning all the computers kind of tangle each other with communication and kind of communicate with each other. Very interesting. Very interesting, very new technology. So, again, beautiful trade. I kind of want to look at my trade now. And I do believe both these trades will go well because they're just positioned well. They're positioned well. Let's go back to Matic on the 15-minute. And I'm going to look at ETH for you as well. You just asked for ETH. Let's take a look at ETH. ADA. No one's talking about ADA. 25. ADA! Cardano! Pump my bags, baby. Look at Cardano, man. Hasn't had movement like that. Wow. Cardano. I had it projected to go all the way to 23. It broke through. That's one time that my line just broke right through my line. It's starting to go parabolic, man. Look at it. Once Cardano breaks all-time highs up here at 38 cents, this thing is gone, man. Wow, ADA. I've done a big deep dive on ADA. I talked about ADA on my channel. If you go to this video, unbelievable. Check it out. Check out this video. No, this video is groundbreaking. Honestly, groundbreaking. Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. If you're here getting this information, you love crypto more than anything in this world. Trillions coming to ADA. How ADA will unlock. Cardano to the recipient of $5.6 trillion in illiquid assets out of Africa. Boom. Boom. Here I talk about it going to $10, $20 a coin. Easy. Look, I'm talking about here at 14 cents. Now it's here sitting at 25. Almost 100%ed. If you stick with my channel, if you watch all these videos, you write things down, you take notes. The information I provide for you, literally, you're saying, you know what, brush your shoulders off? It means you got so much dough. Well, actually means like get the dust off. But to me, it's also like I got so much bread. It's just like falling off of me, you know? Use my channel to do this. To just, oh my God, there's so much falling off of me at this point. While the rest of the world is in shambles, we'll teach you how to be successful. Look at Cardano, man. I talk about it all the time. It's one of my top holds in my coins. I would love to make you French toast, honey. Wow, now we're seeing an altcoin boom, and that's what's gonna tell. What's that tell me? It tell me that Bitcoin dominance is releasing. It's releasing. Look at it in the 7-minute. Let's take a look at a smaller time frame. At least going sideways. At least going sideways, giving us some breathing room here. Honestly, I feel like this is a bear flag. Some would say it's an ascending triangle, but it's kind of bear flag to me. Projected target, length of the pole. Boom. Dominance back to 66.94. That would be huge for the altcoins. You've got a master's degree in crypto if there ever was one, my friend. Thank you so much, man. That means the world to me. Hey, I hope so. BLZ, one of my favorite coins. Big mover in an ascending triangle. Do you guys see what I see? Which also is in a bit of a double bottom forming. Look at that, man. Projected to move as it breaks up out of the target. Bring your line to the 21-day moving average. Boom. Target of approximately H6. Going up a penny. Going up a penny on BLZ, which is 1/7 of its entire market value. We'll have a little issue breaking through here, but once it does, look, it's going to gap up pretty fast. Dr. Samuel, PhD in crypto. Dr. Price. Emergency in crypto. Can you do a full triple bypass in crypto? Dude, Aave going to 118? Are you kidding me? My projection right here is to go all the way up to 118, and it does. Dude, the altcoins exploded today. I can't even look at my account because I'll fall off the table. Oh my gosh. Every single thing that I went in. Every single thing I went in. I just got a text from my buddy. He says, check out the XRP Bitcoin chart. This is XRP Muser. I'm going to read his text. I'm telling him, I'm reading your text live right now. But you guys are like, hurry up and read it. Okay, so check out the XRP Bitcoin chart. Bullish divergence on the weekly. All time frames. I think we're getting a serious pump coming. Expecting Ripple's rebuttal to the lawsuit sometime this week or next week. Interesting. Liquidate and buy that Rolls Royce. Congrats, sound investments. Someone send him, I got it. I got it. I got it. Muser will be here in a second, probably. See, even Muser, my admin, my best friend, doesn't know where I'm at online. Why are they doing this stuff to me? I'll tell you what, man. Anyway, dude, Aave exploding. Everything exploding. Huge cryptos absolutely exploding. I started the stream, they weren't up this big. Cardano, man, doing something like it hasn't done in a long, long time. Amazing, man. Amazing. Cardano. Cardano, man, 25 cents. Unbelievable. I got it at 8 cents for about 4,000 USD. Praise the Lord Jesus Christ. That's how you turn 4K into 12K real fast, right? I mean, dude, at YF Die's pumping again. Adam. The list goes on, man. Band 751, VeChain, Aave, just basic attention token making a little bit. EGLD, man, at 33.96, exploding. Theta holding 220 back again. Yeah, LRC loop ring, man. Let's take a look at LRC for you. Atom, one of my favorite coins, booming. Booming. Absolutely booming. Wow. Let's go look at that total market cap. It must have just absolutely exploded. Did we cross 900, guys? Because when we go to 1 trillion, no one's even going to talk about the stock market anymore. Everyone's going to be like, did you see this? Boom. We're forming this. It looks like we could come back down and test 858. So, but wow, we're doing great, guys. We're forming a bull pennant. I see we're going to 1 trillion. I'm calling it right now. 23.33% gains all the way up to 1 trillion. Right now we're at $878 billion market cap for the total market cap of all the cryptos. Now I got some crazy news for you guys. Let's take a look at LRC just for you real fast. Why not? I want to take a look at Nano. I got a guy in here that loves Nano. And you know what? His passion for Nano, I don't see anyone with a passion like that. Other people love coins, but he is the Nano. Wow, loop ring just did. Look at that. You weren't kidding, dude. Up 237% gains. The thing, when crypto goes, it all goes. It all goes. It's like holding 30 coins that all hit all-time highs. That did it in 2 days, my friends. In 2 days, LRC went up 234%. Life-changing money. Life-changing money. You put 5K in here and it turned it, wow, unbelievable. Wi-Fi getting added to Coinbase. Is it getting that pump? VeChain's getting added to Coinbase next week. A lot of big additions to Coinbase, guys. When things get added to Coinbase, they erupt. Look at this. This is starting to move just like we were saying. We'll see what goes on with XTZ. If you're new to the channel, I usually do amazing deep dives. We're just running towards the end here. So I'm just, at this time, I just kind of glance and kind of give you a little bit of an idea. Look, fell out of the pattern. Formed an inverse head and shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, boom, back up. Now we're forming back into the trend line. This thing is dangerously deadly. Interesting. Very interesting. Theta. What you can do is you can go to like the 1 hour, right? And you can put it in this channel here. Look, we'll get rid of all my nonsense. And you get, this is what I see Theta doing now. Probably going to come back down to test 205, do its thing till it explodes again. Parabolic, see? Boom. Just beginning another huge move. Total market cap back to 880. It seems to love this 880 region. Like, It was there yesterday, left it, came back, left it, came back, went over it, came back, got low, came back, got low, came back. Like, loving 880. Loving $880 billion. We're going to go to all-time highs for that alone. Look at every coin is just flying today. Huge gains all across the board. 60% gains for WPR. LRC up 54. Meme back to 399. Meme coin, man. ADA up was the big play. RSR, XLM, Theta holding it. Rose back to 4.6. BAN is making huge gains. BAN, I feel like, is going to go across this level here, and it's going to go parabolic. What was your best trade of the last month? I mean, I don't even like to say it, man. It's kind of rude, honestly. It's really rude. DM me in the Telegram, and I'll tell you. I don't want to be rude. And I also don't want to be, like, hacked, honestly. Because some people find out how much I have, like, they might just... So if I told you my best trade in the last month, you'd probably fall off the floor. And I don't want to say that. Okay? But just know that it was over $20,000. More than that. Even more than that. Okay? It was a lot of money. Just look at my cheesy smile right now, and then I don't have to go to work right now. Just know that. There's my dude. There's my dude. Yeah, but hit me in the Telegram. I'll show you. Okay, DeFi perp. DeFi is exploding now. I told you this, guys. Remember I showed you we were in this pennant, and I said, look, at DeFi can get all the way back up to this area. This is a basket of all of the different aggregates like DOT, YFI, all the big players in DeFi. This is the contract on them all, basically, kind of an aggregate. This is an ETF, a DeFi ETF. And I'm telling you right now, man, DeFi is leading the way. A lot of money is flying into DeFi. We're talking sushi. We're talking Wise. We're talking... Number 2, we're going to get into Wise, and we're going to talk about Wise token. If you were in our channel, we really talked about Wise. We got into Wise at 12 cents. It's now at 30 cents. It's poised to go up 100x or more as it's pegged to ETH. Look for Wise to do some amazing things. What is ETH doing? Did ETH just explode a little more? Not too much. So it's going to the altcoins right now, but ETH is now consolidating in a new place. Look at these bulls. And look how fast we form these bulls. See this? Look how fast we form these bulls. Boom. We're bowling, guys. We're bowling. Bollinger Bands, Bollinger Band. We're talking about Parachain for KSM. We're talking about Polkadot. Polka Starter. There's so much going on, man. It's insanity. It's insanity. Yeah, just to bring everyone else, Stone1YMG asked me for my best trade of the last month. And honestly, like, I feel like liable to tell somebody that. Isn't that insane? Like, I don't want to be that guy. And I just said, just know it was a gigantic trade. Gigantic trade. I guess I've said it out before, but lately I'm getting a little nervous with, like, throwing out. Because the number's getting up there, and yeah, that's all. Stellar Lumens continuing to fly off the news of making Fed coins. Look at this. Projected to boom. I think it get even more all the way back up here. And we went over it this morning at the beginning of the show. We talked about it when we were sitting here at about 16. Already went up 25%. Wow, the altcoins are absolutely moving. Only altcoin that's not moving is XRP, but I'll tell you what. We bottomed here at bullish divergence. We're now forming a beautiful bull. Look at this. It's sad because we already formed a bowl and we made it out of this bowl and we're back in the bowl. But hey, it's a bowl nonetheless, and that's consolidation. People are consolidating here. Once we break back above 29, to me, you might as well tell it's might as well go to 46. So once we break above 29 here, this big yellow line, we're easily going to gap ourselves back up. Quick gap because we fell down so fast. Back to 37, and then we can easily gap up to 46. And then 46 was that big deal. We capture 46 again. It's kind of smooth sailing. We're back into this pennant, and we can go anywhere from there. So keep your hat on for XRP. I haven't sold not a dime of my XRP, and I'm happy I didn't. I'm happy I did not. Let's take a look at Siliqua here. 73 cents after booming out. I think it's only a matter of time till it breaks back out. All you have to do is look for the 15-minute bullish divergence, which we see right there. We have swing down to swing down. We have swing up to swing up. That tells me the bottom of the pattern has been found. And you know what? If you're lucky and you get one more touch, but maybe not. Also, we have a cross coming. On the 15-minute, we look like we have the 50 crossing the 200. That's bullish. That should propel us above this trend line. I really like Siliqua here at 0.73. Again, this isn't financial advice. This is something I like. You're just watching what I like. Also, do you see it? Or is it harder for me to see? Double bottom. See the W there? I think that's projected. Double bottom at the bottom. Just like here, double bottom, we boomed up. Similar scenario. That's a fractal. Do you see the fractal? The fractal is here. Look, we double bottomed, we boomed up. We double bottomed, we're going to boom up. Just in a bigger scale of that. So how much bigger this W is than that, that's how much bigger this line will be than that. That projects us to go here and to here. And then all the way up to the target. But look, we're breaking previous resistance that we've been in since December 26th. About 2 weeks. 8-day resistance on Siliqua after we hit that all-time high. Beautiful that we hit the parabola after an extreme blow-off. And if we go to the 4-hour, it was in a beautiful cup and handle when we had Siliqua going up. Cupped, handled up, or even there was a cup, and there was your handle there. But Siliqua, man, just exploding, right? Absolutely exploding. In this long accumulation range it was in. There was the cup and handle. See, there's your cup. There's your handle. Let me show you to you. I just like pointing these things out so you guys can learn. Later on in time, you'll be like, well, how did he do this? Well, this is how I do it. A lot of people can show you the gems when you pay and all that stuff. That's not me, man. Some people need extra advice. They need to sit down, and I'll one-on-one with you for sure. Just hit me up in the Telegram, and I'll have one-on-ones. And boom, that just outplayed that cup and handle like you wouldn't believe. Like, cup and handles are beautiful. They're like my favorite pattern at this point. I have a prediction for that to go now at 2 and then up to 3 and 4. Yeah, XRP. I agree with you. Color 0 green, color 0 red. Right? Oh, I see what you're saying. Color 0 green, color 1 red. There we go. But now my blue line is red. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I like how I have it. It makes sense to me now. But why did I turn that to red? I don't want to turn that red. I liked when it was blue. Right? This was supposed to be blue. Color 0 green, color 1 red. Trading energy fractals. Yeah. Now I have them both blue. Oh, up here. Yeah, 0 red. Color 0. Oh, yeah, up here. See, I'm changing these. And I don't want to change these. Default. Reset settings. Oh, yeah. So here. Color this. Color 0 green. Here, I got it now. I'm with you 100% now. Boom. Okay. Yeah. And then color 1 red. I'm with you now. I'm with you 100% now. Boom. Red and green. I got it. And then I just colored this one yellow because it's black and I like it yellow. Boom. Done. 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 I love the trend lines too, man. Gotta love that. Look at it draw the trend line so well. Look, it draws it right there. So cool. It draws the falling wedge for you. Like, it's insane. I love it. And look, it has support and resistance lines already. These are all the support and resistance labeled for you. All these pivots. So these are the support and resistance. It found them all. Wayne Cup and Handle. Gotta run, gang. Thanks for the lessons today. Anytime, man. Anytime. I hope you learned something. Sorry we didn't deep dive as much into the charts. Thank you, Mo. The charming one, everybody. Mo hit. Great energy. One of my best friends. You know why I love Mo so much? Because he's willing to hug you. He doesn't do that, like, you know, no homo stuff. He's very comfortable with his sexuality, and he will give a man a hug. The other day, I hadn't seen him in a while, bro. We hugged, and it was like, man, it had been so long, and I was like, man, I miss my buddy, man. I miss my buddy. I kind of almost got a little teary-eyed, but I decided not to go that far, you know? This is a little messy, though. I'll be honest. This look is a little messy. Taking the trend line off will help sometimes. But again, if we look at this on the daily, and the strategy here is to buy the breakout of this blue line, or even to get in here, but buy the breakout of the blue line. So we break this blue line, you'd want to long this. You'd want to long KSM. And I have a target up here all the way at 96. So 68 to 96 for KSM. Look, double bottom formed. It was a cup and handle, actually, if you can kind of see it in a way. Just a bigger handle. And boom, there it goes to the moon. To the moon. No time, LOL. What does no time mean? What does that mean? No time, LOL. All good. This isn't a stock lifer. It's the crypto lifer. Thank you guys. Shout out to everyone here on the live stream. Really appreciate it. We're gonna go over some news now, and then we're gonna hit it. Someone asked about something though. You wanted me to go over ETH on the 15-minute, right? Sorry it took me so long to get to that. I apologize. Let's look at ETH on the 15-minute. Okay. Let's get rid of all my old work. Let's go to another template. Let's see what's going on here. So there, I saw ETH going sideways, up or down. We broke out of that. Did some really weird action, but we'll see what's going on with ETH now. Okay, so ETH on the 15-minute. What I see here is it tried to spike out a few times, but now it's forming an ascending triangle. And you can see, like I talk about a lot, I say when the white line of your trend line is very similar to the yellow line of your trend line is very similar to the yellow line of your 200-day moving average. These are just bullish signs. These are things I've picked up on through the years that I've found out to be very bullish. So there you go. That's an ascending triangle. Pull this down to the base of your triangle. A lot of times you will go to the 21. In this case, I'm going to the base of the triangle, this length to this length. That's where I'm getting this. And we're going to pull this up over here, like so. And that gives me ETH at 1250. Man, very, you know, pretty standard, really. Yeah, ETH at 1250, as long as we don't break this trend line. You can actually, the easiest way to trade this is to enter right now. How I trade stuff like this is I enter right now, and then I just put a stop loss like right there at 4%, because there's a high chance that it doesn't make it through the trend line. You get it? And so because of that, so up 6% here, down 33%. The Bitcoin trade not going well so far, but I'm still bullish on it. Still bullish on it. So check it out. So I think Ether is going to blast out of this ascending triangle. Only a matter of time. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. The 1 hour actually is just crossing now on the MACD. So that's a huge sign that probably going to occur. And look, we're low on the Stokes here. Whenever the Stokes are low, the MACD resets and pushes further up. I see the MACD, the Stokes take over the MACD. When the MACD has a cross coming, but the Stokes are pushing up, I see the price go up anyway. Also, I see a little bit of the, you know, you know, a bull flag / pennant here. Remember, Alt-T gives you trend lines, so you don't have to go find them every time. Give me my space here so I can make my pattern. Yep. Alt-T again. And there you go. I mean, that's what I see occurring. ETH 1250 from 1060. From there, I'm not sure where we'll go. You know, bigger, smaller time frames. We'll see. We actually, that's not true because I can go back in time on the pair. Not the USDT pair, yeah. And I can show you where our all-time high occurred, which I remember is at 1400. 1440 is what I remember specifically. Yeah, 1440. That's what they have too. I remember ETH hitting 1440. That was it. ETH is very close to all-time highs. You know what happened to Bitcoin when it hit all-time highs. You can only imagine what will happen to ETH when it hit all-time highs. It could easily crush up to 5,000 fast. Once it breaks 12, in my opinion, 1,400 is 5,000. And I know it's crazy, but that's how I said with Bitcoin when it reached 13K. I said 13K is 16K. And it's just because the amount of money that will pour into this in 5K is a psychological region. No one's going to stop at 2K, 3K, 4K, 5K is going to be some profit taken. And that's, I think, when someone has the BALZs to get out. What's your thoughts on the Tether lawsuit? I haven't seen it. I haven't heard about it, honestly. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, post an article maybe in the Telegram. Okay, on January 15th, 2021, Tether is due to and this will begin the news segment. So no more TA, guys. We're just going to relax, do some news. If you're in dire need and you really need a ticker, if you're in a bad place, we'll go over it for you. I'm not going to leave you hanging, of course, but this is the news segment now. On January 15th, 2021, Tether is due to produce documents for the lawsuit brought forth by the New York Attorney General Letitia James. This lawsuit is attacking the very legitimacy of Tether, the number 3 ranked cryptocurrency by market cap. This lawsuit could have extreme consequences for the entire cryptocurrency market, so I thought it would be worthwhile to take a look. Number one, I think that's not true. Bitcoin is the king. I don't think Bitcoin gives a damn what happens to Tether. Yes, Tether onboards a lot of money. I'll agree. And yes, USDT takes out a lot of pairs, but so does USDC. And I'm fine with trading Bitcoin pairs right now. I'm out of USDT. It's funny, right when this all occurred, right when it was time to get out of Tether anyway. Like, I'm not going to be using Tether anymore. Probably going to delete most of my Tether pairs. I just use it because I want to find out where it's at a little quicker than having to play games with trying to figure out Bitcoin computation. In April 2019, Attorney General Letitia James filed a lawsuit against Bitfinex, a cryptocurrency exchange, claiming they used Tether, a stablecoin created by Bitfinex, to cover up a loss of $850 million. This has been a long, Letitia. You're right, it is Letitia. Yeah, you're right. I should have known that. Like Patricia. Letitia. Thank you so much for that. I thought you were gone. You can never miss a time to correct my grammar. I love you, Mo. Our investigation has determined that the operators of Bitfinex trading platform, who also controlled the Tether virtual currency, have engaged in a cover-up to hide the apparent loss of $850 million. See, I disagree. Remember, the 850 was frozen by the New York State. Remember this? This has been going on for years. So the loss of $850 million of commingled client and corporate funds, said Attorney General James. New York State has led the way in requiring virtual currency businesses to operate according to the law, and we will continue to stand up for investors and seek justice on behalf. Now, I love you, New York State, but when Carnegie Mellon was purging the pension funds for the last 20 years straight, and you only slapped them with a slight little fee, and no one went to jail over that. New York State, I have to think you've really dropped the ball in protecting consumers, in my opinion. And I have all the lists of HBC laundering and Carnegie Mellon laundering and Citibank, and the list goes on. So you've done a subpar job so far protecting us. What makes me think you're going to do a good job now? That's just my opinion. The filings explain how Bitfinex no longer has access to over $850 million of commingled client and corporate funds that it handled over without any written contract or assurance to a Panamanian entity called Crypto Capital Corp. A loss Bitfinex never disclosed to investors, In order to fill the gap, executives of Bitfinex and Tether engaged in a series of conflicted corporate transactions where Bitfinex gave itself access up to 900 million of Tether cash reserves, which Tether for years repeatedly told investors fully backed the Tether virtual currency one-to-one. Which Tether for years repeatedly told investors it was fully backed. It's fully backed by the US dollar. I don't think they wrote that properly there. The New York AG is claiming Ifinex handed $850 million to a Panamanian shadow bank. Ifinex then accused Tether reserve funds. Okay. Claiming Ifinex then accessed Tether reserve funds to cover up this $850 million loss. Ifinex has told investors that their Tether will always be redeemable for US dollar at a 1-to-1 rate of conversion. If Ifinex did in fact access Tether funds and use them for a purpose other than printing Tether, there is no way they could honor the 1-to-1 conversion rate. Furthermore, this lawsuit, but what if they had bought a bunch of Bitcoin in reserves by that time, and now they own more Bitcoin in reserves, and they could sell that Bitcoin to reserve the Tether at this point? We know if they have Tether, then they have a lot of Bitcoin, and they probably were investing in Bitcoin. Furthermore, this lawsuit has spun off a few more lawsuits. A few months after the New York AG filed suit, a paper was written titled, "Is Bitcoin Really Untethered?" This paper claims that Tether was printing to manipulate the cryptocurrency markets by pumping the price of Bitcoin. They've been going over this for years. Bitcoin is getting pumped by the human desire. If you could take sand for Bitcoin, sand would be accused. If you could take leaves, leaves would be accused. These are just mediums that humans use to get into Bitcoin. Tether will disappear. They'll find another way. They'll sell their gold. It does not matter. So that's also FUD in my opinion. Okay. The paper's accusations have been questioned by many. Perhaps their judgment that Tether being printed after a Bitcoin dump is a result of investors buying the dip rather than manipulation. However, let's focus on the New York AG lawsuit. The original suit was filed in April of 2019. The deadline for the documents to be presented was December 2020. However, New York AG requested an extension. Why? Until January 15th, which was granted. The extension was requested because Ifinex has cooperated in producing the requested documents since the September 17th hearing, predicting that the process will be finalized in the coming weeks. I think they're going to show them that they have the money. September 17th hearing was for an appeal issued by Ifinex claiming the case was outside the New York AG jurisdiction because Bitfinex does not operate in New York. The appeal was dismissed for whatever reason, and the deadline was set, and here we are. I can't really speculate on the outcome. If the outcome of the case, see the typo there? Of the case, because it would be foolish for me to do so. I will say, however, the bank, Crypto Capital, that Ifinex is dealing with seems to be shoddy at best. The bank was run by Daniel Bars, who has been indicted for failure to follow anti-money laundering laws. At some point in time, Bitfinex said they were told by Crypto Capital the $850 million given to them was seized by government officials. Representatives for Bitfinex and Tether told AG's office that Bitfinex official was told the reason the $850 couldn't be accessed was because Portuguese, Polish, and American government officials had seized the funds. Yeah, I believe I was under the impression that the U.S. government had frozen those funds. It should be noted that I have yet to find the reason the $850 million was given to Crypto Capital in the first place. To add even more concern, Tether recently changed the wording from the reserve funds policy. The new policy reads this: every Tether is always 100% backed by our reserves. My whole point is they could own tons of Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin could be back in the Tether. We know that they invested in Bitcoin. I know they have more money than they lead on to believe. Again, the entity that's been letting people launder our money for years is supposed to be the one protecting me. I find an issue with this. I'm still kind of on the side of the AG as well, though, because Tether could be doing some funny business. So I'm open-minded here. Every Tether is always 100% backed by our reserves, meaning it doesn't have to be the US dollar. It could be gold. It could be anything that they use for value, right? Which include traditional currency and cash equivalents. From time to time may include other assets and receivables from loans made by Tether to third parties, which may include affiliated entities. Previously, the policy said every Tether is also backed 1-to-1 by traditional currency held in our reserves. So 1 USD is always equivalent to 1 USD. So they've changed this. Suddenly, Tether is including assets other than traditional currency in its reserves. To Tether's credit, they have previously issued a letter from their new bank, Deltec, providing their reserve balance. To show proof of its bank balance, Tether released a letter dated November 1st that appeared to have come from Deltec, confirming the portfolio cash value of your account with our bank was 1.8 billion. No, trillion. Wait, no, that's $1.8 billion. No, trillion dollars. 1.8 billion. Yeah, 1.8 billion. But yet again, there is a serious case for concern. Furthermore, Tether was never produced an official audit of their reserves. They produced a report which is done by a law firm rather than an accounting firm. Their explanation is that an audit simply is not possible, and they choose the next best thing. You can read about the incident here. I remember this. I just remember all this Tether FUD, man. It's funny how it's coming back again when Bitcoin's at all-time highs. It's funny when the news decides to do this stuff right around when Bitcoin's raring. It's like they're doing anything they can. It's important to understand what's at stake with Tether. Currently, Tether is ranked number 3 with a market cap of $21 billion. Tether is a stablecoin, which people depend on to maintain its peg at $1. If they own Bitcoin and want to sell more because they think the price of Bitcoin may drop, Tether can be used to lock in your funds and escape the volatility of Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. The problem arises when people begin to question if Tether can really be redeemed at a 1-to-1 ratio. If the documents obtained by the New York AG show that Tether only has half the reserves they claim, the real value of Tether will be 50 cents. This would mean anyone holding Tether, the 21 million back cap in a lot, the value of their coins would immediately be cut in half. This would cause a major panic and a flood of people out of Tether, likely dropping the price of and breaking the $1 peg. Honestly, it's funny is I just had a light bulb go off in my head, but it shows you how horrible the dollar is. Seems like anything associated with the dollar is beginning to just kind of get fuddy. It's time we just start trading gold, Bitcoin for Pax Gold. That's going to be the new thing, going in and out of Bitcoin to gold. We'll look at the Bitcoin gold ratio and start trading Bitcoin and gold back and forth like a Forex market. That's something I don't do, and that's something I think would be very, very profitable. UTK. Sold my YFDI on a pump to buy sell on a dip. Funny. Hey, you do what you got to do. Look at the WAS ETH chart. We really talked about WAS a lot on this channel. Look at this thing, just continuing to go up against ETH. It's beating ETH now, so, and ETH is up. So if you like making money with ETH, then you get into WAS. WAS is doing really, really good. 0.0029 ETH, and ETH is at what, 1,040? So we're going to times that by 0.0029144. 30 cents, man. WAS is worth 30 cents. And we got in at 12 cents, so we're almost at 3x at this point for WAS. Bitcoin trade going well. Look, we're up 43% in the Matic trade. 43% in the Matic trade. And that's how you do it. We opened the trade at the beginning of the stream, and I showed you exactly what I did. Again, this isn't financial advice. This is just showing you my life. If you'd like to be entertained by my life, then you are entertained. Have I entertained you? Have I entertained you? Remember, we were on the 15-minute. We drew this pennant. We put our stop loss right there. And we said we're going to play this breakout for Matic. And now it's beautiful, right? Now we can almost possibly even shave the stop loss. But we're up 45% on the Matic trade. Doing well. Doing well. And these are just little trades I do during the stream, so you guys can understand that I do trade for a living. And if you'd like to watch it happen live, you can do that. I really like to hold my integrity of the channel by showing you guys that I actually trade for a living. These are obviously very small trades. But look, this is 300. We're going to see what we can do with this 300. Watch it. We'll update it every few weeks. Take this 300 to, who knows, 30K. That's the plan, is to take that 300 to 30K. Or to buy a Tesla with this $300. Can I buy a Tesla with this 300? Definitely can if I put my mind to it. No reason why I can't. And look at Iota. No reason to leave the Iota trade too. Continuing to do its thing. So today, what a great day. We gave you this stuff. We gave you some news. And now we just jump into some big news. The Tether lawsuit, man. Additionally, someone's holding Tether. There's a good chance they will try to sell it for another stablecoin. And then 21 billion Tether will try to flood into USDC in a short period of time. And this could then cause USDC peg to break towards the upside. This would again wreak havoc on depositors as their loan values go up and their collateral value drops, likely causing cascading liquidations. Interesting. Interesting. Well, it's going to be a crazy day, and we're going to find out on the 15th what goes on. JP Morgan now, the same guy, remember Chase Bank telling you that it was rat poison, don't touch it, predicts 140,000 plus price target for Bitcoin, but there's a catch. As Bitcoin continues to climb the price ladder beyond 30K, the overall sentiment around the flagship currency is growing bullish. Several major institution investors and institutions themselves are changing their tune about Bitcoin and betting big, with many making some big predictions. The latest to make a bold prediction about Bitcoin is JP Morgan, the largest US bank. The banking giant expects the world's #1 cryptocurrency to hit a long-term target of 146,000 in the future. In its Monday note, the bank states that Bitcoin's 300% surge in 2020 could repeat this year, but the move wouldn't be sustainable. While we can't exclude the possibility that the current speculative mania will propagate further, pushing the Bitcoin price up toward the consensus regions of between 50 and 100K, we believe that such price levels will prove unsustainable. I disagree. Why would billionaires be putting their money into something that's unsustainable? That doesn't make sense to me, JP Morgan. According to the strategist Nicholas Panigertzoglu, this move would only be possible if Bitcoin continues to draw in investors out of gold. However, he warns that this is quite a long-term process and investors shouldn't expect this to happen. I disagree, man. A convergence in volatilities between Bitcoin and gold is unlikely to happen quickly, and in our mind, a multi-year process. I think they're way off. I think they're way off, and they're going to lose you guys a lot of money if you're investing with them. Over the last weekend, Bitcoin has climbed as high as 35,000 before dropping. It never hit 35,000. Did it? It hit like 34.8 before dropping more than 17% on Monday. I love that. Before dropping more than 17% on Monday. Look how they write this. They write a bearish statement. Look. And went as high as 34 before dropping. And then if we look at it, it went as high as 34 and it's at 32 now. It's not even down 10%. And they're saying it's 17% on Monday. I don't know. It's just funny, man. Bitcoin's continued rally is changing our previous assessment that overbought positions by momentum traders such as CTAs should potentially trigger profit taking. You have big money coming in, man. Big money coming in. Hey, is anyone else still there? Shout out. Give me a comment. Let me know you guys are still awake, listening to the news. Why Warren Buffett's longtime partner is wrong about Bitcoin. Charlie Munger, the vice chairman of Warren Buffett Berkshire Hathaway, is wrong about Bitcoin, and here's why. Investing in Bitcoin is dementia. Writing for Yahoo Finance gurus, John Engel reminded readers earlier this week that Charlie Munger wants you to avoid Bitcoin like the plague. Munger is the vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, the long-term friend and business partner of Warren Buffett, and has an even stronger antipathy towards Bitcoin than the Oracle of Omaha himself. Yeah, the Matic trades explode, bro. It exploded, man. Wow. Up 72% now. Look at that, dude. I might close that trade, but it looks like it's going well. Let me see. Yeah. Look at that. We should get all the way up to the target. I'm just going to leave my target on there. Excellent trade. Excellent trade. Live on the stream. Trading live, baby. I like how it did this. This is pretty cool. That's it? Munger's dislike of Bitcoin extends beyond its nature as purely speculative asset. He has also taken issue with the notion that Bitcoin can serve as a viable currency alternative at all. Munger has echoed that the likes of Bridgewater's Ray Dalio, who has questioned Bitcoin's viability as a currency. To begin with, it's inaccurate to refer to Bitcoin's volatility against other countries as inherent. That volatility may be a function of its ultra-rapid growth in the market value in its first decade of existence. One of the few cryptocurrencies to reach mass-scale market adoption and their total addressable market, we'll see if price volatility is an inherent characteristic of Bitcoin or an incidental one along the way. But most important, calling the world's first cryptocurrency a purely speculative asset is also just plain false. It's not a purely speculative asset. It's a practically useful software as a service, SaaS, venture that provides a highly valuable service for practically free, 100% reliable ledger, keeping for worldwide transaction settlement and savings. That's something major U.S. banks, which Berkshire Hathaway owns hefty stakes and sold a lot, spent hundreds of billions of dollars annually to maintain and provide for their customers. These digital coins aren't just beanie babies people are hoping to sell to a great fool. They are the result of an innovative financial software industry providing value to users, just like Silicon Valley giants like Berkshire. People eventually came around on. Wow, it's weird to see people that rich with that much knowledge missing the boat, man. Hey, thank God, I can get as rich as him now. Bitcoin and Ethereum and stablecoin tribes fight over the benefit of OCC. On Monday, OCC published Interpretive Letter 1174, which stated that banks may use new technologies, including stablecoins and independent node verification networks or blockchain networks, to perform bank permissible functions. This, among other things, means that a bank may use stablecoins to facilitate payment transactions for customers, and may also issue these coins and exchange them for fiat. The OCC paved the way for banks to access public chains, ETH, Bitcoin, Celo, USDC as payment rails, hold each of these coins directly on their behalf of clients, and run a node for each of these chains. Biggest legitimization moment of decentralized infrastructure yet. That was huge. Huge. Shout out to Simon Taylor. I don't think I follow him. I'm going to do that now. Interesting guy. PayPal plans to make adopting crypto simple for business in 2021. Dan Schulman, the CEO of PayPal, recently talked about his great picture for digital currencies. He highlighted his plan to allow businesses that may fear Bitcoin's volatility to adopt BTC. Promise immediate conversion to the promised amount in USD. He said that there should not be any reason for a business not to accept cryptos. Yes, he's right. And he'll take all the fees along the way. Isn't he smart? Yeah. Bank gets green light to use stablecoins and sends Bitcoin and Ethereum prices up. Yeah, if banks get green light to use stablecoins, it's a big deal. The news from the Office of the Comptroller of Currency, the Bureau of the U.S. Treasury Department, charged with regulating banks, has allowed for stablecoins and blockchains to be used for banks for payment, for cementing the role of crypto in digital payment. This is huge. This is out of U.S. regulation. U.S. banking regulation has changed today in the way of cryptocurrency. Huge news. Bitcoin price prediction. Bitcoin may retrace to 23,000, says analyst. It's very possible we'll get into that retracement theory, but I don't know if we'll break 25. Peter, the analyst, when the coin corrects, is inevitable to find support at 2320, the EMA 10 and the weekly 382 fib. The next level of support can be 19.6. He's looking at this like 19. The whole world's buying it, man. I don't know, man. I don't think traditional TA is really going to work. Carl Icahn warns the next market rally could end in a painful correction and is hedging accordingly. Sounds like a double top. Icon's always been in there in the mix, man. Can't find that. Anyway. Chinese firm The Nine files agreement to the SEC disclosing partnership with crypto mining giants. The Nine, a U.S.-listed internet and mobile gaming firm based in Shanghai, is all set to enter the cryptocurrency mining industry and is looking to seek guidance from the best in the business. As per an SEC filing, signed a legally binding cooperation investment agreement with investors that include former directors of leading crypto mining machines maker Canaan. The investor group that the Chinese gaming company is currently working with is headed by Zhang Ping Khan, former director of the co-chairman of Canaan. As soon as the news about the Nine's entering the cryptocurrency mining industry went public, its share price soared 100%. The Nine aims to become the biggest crypto miner in the U.S. I don't want a Shanghai-based business to become the biggest crypto miner in the U.S. We got to get that mining firm up in the U.S. Like, we need a U.S.-backed mining. You know, Bitcoin holds 31,000 ahead of Georgia elections. What to expect? Next, this talks about the Georgia race. A little bit of a funny news here. Bitcoin's 6K Monday crash wasn't driven by institutional investors. The number of Bitcoin and ETH whales has continued to increase in the past week, while mid-tier traders took short-term profits amid the price drops. Mid to level Bitcoin holders took profits amid the drop. Simultaneously, the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap was flying to its 3-year high at 1,170 before it went through a similar price correction to 900. It had just hit 900 like 10, 20 hours before that, though. How are these corrections if they just hit those levels? I mean, they are, but it's like, come on. IRS updates instructions to tax individual crypto investors. The U.S. The U.S. Internal Revenue Service has reviewed a new version of its draft instructions to clarify the definition of virtual currency. The tax agency aims to guide individual taxpayers on how to fill in the 1040 form that asks whether they bought or sold crypto assets last year, but it still adopts a broad approach as to what constitutes these assets. Exchanging virtual currency for products and services, purchasing or selling virtual currency, exchanging virtual currency for other types of properties, including types of virtual currency, acquiring or disposing of financial interest in virtual currency, receiving or transferring virtual currency free of charge, including from a hard fork or an airdrop. Should you buy ETH or EGLD? Hey, that's a hard question, man. JP Morgan puts 146,000. Yeah. DuckDAO Dime establishes strategic partnership with Polkacover. You really want to know what DuckDAO is. Amazing site. It's really going to help you understand and find some gems. Right now we're looking at pools. Duck Dime, okay? We're looking at pools right now. To me, pools is going to be the next thing. And if you look at all the incubators that they've put out recently on DuckDAO. Oh, this is Duck Dice. That's funny. Definitely a crypto game. Look at that. Duck Dice. DuckDAO.io. I'm having issues getting to certain websites lately. It's like my settings or something happened. Crazy. Yeah, well, let's look at gas fees. You can look at gasstation.com or something, ETH gas station info, and we'll take a look at these gas fees. That's not bad today, honestly. I've seen them up to 400 before. Fast is 105. Man, it could be worse. I've seen way worse. The thing is, ETH is more expensive now, too, so the gas fees will be more expensive, in my opinion. I still have to stake some Ys. I have like 2 more days to do that. I'm staking 75% of my Ys for 390 days. Then I was going to stake 10% for 5 years. Just let it run for forever. And then the other 10% just for like 9 months, so I could just get a little bit of profit. How did they come up with these fees? Well, the fees make sense. It's how much is in the network. It's how much transactions are in the network, right? And then it's computing power. How much? If you have less computing power, the fee goes down. It's supply and demand, basically. If you have more computing power, the fee's low. If they're bogged down and there's less computing power, the fee goes up because they have less power to give. So people will pay more, you know. And it's basically simple. It's simple economics based off aggregates, you know. Yeah, like it's simpler than you realize, but it's complex to explain, you know. But like that's the best way I can explain it without getting like too crazy. It makes sense. And look, the Matic trade just went down on us, but the Bitcoin trade went up. See, we were just up 50 beans. So Matic got sold off for whatever reason. It's still a great trade. Interesting. Do I stay in the trade? Do I put it at break even? So the entry price was 2472. We're at 2518. Interesting. What I think I do is I'm just going to put the stop loss at 0.0245. I don't want to lose anything. So I can only lose $12 now. Now I'll let that ride. All right. 15 minutes still looks good though. I don't see why I should end the trade. Let me take a look at the 15 minute one last time before I go. Because I usually let my computer for a little while too. Like this is really when I trade, when I'm talking with you guys. Wow, heavy rejection. We went to 2576. Heavy rejection there on the 15 minute. Interesting. Even the MACD just kind of turned on us fast too. It just turned pink real quick. We wrote it up though. Did well. Now we want to see it just not make it back into the pattern. We just want to fight through here. We want to fight through. Stop loss still at 2-4 even really. So really on the pattern. If we retest, possible retest, we'll see. Go to an earlier time frame and look for a flag. That's what I do. And I kind of see it. I actually see a diamond pattern, which we know what happens to the diamond pattern. Very strange diamond pattern, but it's kind of, it's not really a diamond, but it's, you get it. You see what I'm saying though? It came in from the bottom, coming up. I feel like we'll come up from the top again. Looking good in the 1 minute to keep moving. We're flagging and we're holding this level strong. I like that. Getting bought back up. 25 seems to be strong support. So Matic. A lot of talk about Matic. And in the bigger time frame, we're getting a little extended, but the Stokes are pointing up, telling me that I think it wants more. Stokes are telling us that we want more. Matic all the way to 28. So we're going to ride that trade out. We're going to ride that trade out. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Any last tickers, any last things I can do, let me know. 19 likes, man. The smallest amount of likes we've had in a month. We usually get easily over 25 likes every day. Please hit that like button if you're new, if you forgot. I'm sure there's people here that love me and just didn't hit the like button. But if you can hit that like button for me, I'd really, really appreciate it. Give me the 20. Thank you so much, Meezer. I hope that was you. Hey, guys, have a wonderful day. Do your thing. If you came to my channel, then you're already doing the right thing. You know, please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. And remember, if you came to my channel, you're already doing the right thing, guys.